Soccer and Lacrosse Complex for tonight's Women's Premier Soccer League Mid-Atlantic Conference Championship match between the visiting PA Classics of the Commonwealth Division and the host and Colonial Division champions SJFC. Now let's meet tonight's participants. First, for the visitors, PA Classics. Introducing the reserves. Wearing number 11, a defender from Monmouth University, Lindsay Husick. Wearing number 17, a winger from Millersville University, Isabel Coy. And wearing number 19, a forward from New Jersey Institute of Technology, Ava Chappelle. And now the starters for PA Classics. In goal, wearing number 1 from Shepherd University, Hannah Wilt. A defender from Lehigh University, wearing number 2, Carly Keene.
School's like right down the road.
A defender from the University of Cincinnati, wearing number 3, Jenna Dovler. A defender wearing number 22 from Shepherd University, Madison Erb. And a defender from Millersville University wearing number 15, Melanie Love. In the midfield, wearing number 6 from Shepherd University, Caitlin Economopoulos. A midfielder wearing number 13 from Louisville University, Liza Sudam. And a midfielder wearing number 4 from Westchester University, Jordan Wynn. A winger from LaSalle University wearing number 10, a member of the Guatemalan national women's team, Elizabeth Estrada.
Westchester University is the closest university to my...
A winger.
Lehigh's the closest to mine. Lehigh University. That's actually a lie, it's Moravia.
Wearing number 16, a member of the Puerto Rican women's national team from St. John's University, wearing number 16, Jaylene De Jesus. And a center forward from the University of Delaware, wearing number 18, Maggie Groh. PA Classics are coached by Bill Betcher, and the assistant coach is Clayton Saddam. And now, introducing the players from SJFC. First, tonight's reserves. Wearing number 7, a defender from the University of Rhode Island, Sierra Penny. A midfielder wearing number 10 from New Jersey Institute of Technology, Bella Ramirez. Wearing number 16, an outside back from St. Joseph's University, Kayla Dotaviano. And wearing number 24, a forward from right here at Rowan University, Sarah Wiedemann.
Yes! She's playing forward?
And now, tonight's starters for SJFC.
I have the forward.
Wearing number 13, a goalkeeper from Longwood University, Madison Wpsl. A defender from Stony Brook University, wearing number 23, Eva Spruill.
Yeah, I've seen her play winger.
A defender from LaSalle University, number 8, Sienna Mount. A defender from St. Joseph's University, number 2, a team co-captain, Danny Stewart. And a defender from the University of Rochester, the reigning Wpsl National Defensive Player of the Week, wearing number 6, Remy Cherkis.
That's true. I saw that when I was doing my research.
A midfielder from Cornell University, wearing number 9, Abby Bushera. A midfielder from University of South Carolina Upstate, wearing number 3, a team co-captain, Adriana Pepe. And a midfielder from Drexel University, number 21, Liv Brocious. A forward from Manhattan University, number 17, Olivia McMaster. A forward from Monmouth University, wearing number 11, Kennedy Erdman.
I like that.
And a forward, a graduate of Ocean City High School, headed to Brown University, the reigning Wpsl East Region Offensive Player of the Week, number 4, Naomi Newihei. The SJEBFC WPSL team is coached by Bill Shute. Tonight's officials, our head referee, Mr. Timothy Bramble, our assistant referee, Tom Sungrady, our assistant referee, Sean Gallagher, and the fourth official, Diro Mustaba. Now, if you're able, please stand, and gentlemen, remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
The twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, where the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free, the home of the brave.
I had to mix it up. Let's do it.
Get into them, boys. A year ago from tomorrow, the South Jersey Elite Barons played in this exact match, the Mid-Atlantic Conference Final, and unfortunately fell to Reading AC. Today, they have another shot at glory, another chance to make it past this stage in the early parts of the postseason. Meanwhile, the PA Classics come into this one with another chance of hope as well, not winning the Commonwealth Division to the hands of Reading AC as well. They have a chance today to win the Mid-Atlantic Conference and move on to the East Regional title. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to today's broadcast. Welcome to the Rowan Soccer and Lacrosse Complex here in Glassboro, New Jersey. Hoping you had a wonderful 4th of July. I am Gerasimus Gervasilio alongside John Hallwood. Again, the South Jersey Elite Barons playing host to the PA Classics in this Mid-Atlantic Conference Final, and quite the game we have in store today. We have two teams. We look at South Jersey, a team that's won 7 games and won the Colonial Division title. Meanwhile, the PA Classics, they had 19 points, nearly as many as the South Jersey Elite Barons, but unable to secure their own division. It's going to be quite an offensive matchup today, aren't we? In for a big one, John.
I mean, we are. I mean, the last match that I witnessed, I was on the camera, but SJEB scored 9 goals. And not to mention, I just want to mention the key player that I feel like in throughout this game for SJEB is going to be the number 4 striker, Naomi Nehiwiwehe. Again, scored a hat trick last game. Absolutely unstoppable. Of course, she was the player of the week for the WPSL. Yeah, the offensive player of the week. So, I mean, if anything, Pennsylvania Classics gotta watch out for her.
Absolutely. Naomi Nehiwiwehe, such speed, such size, and such skill makes her a threat for any opponent. And for those that weren't able to catch that previous game for the South Jersey Elite Barons, she had a hat trick and secured the Golden Boot in the Colonial Division with 8 total goals. Obviously, 3 of those goals occurring in that game, as we had just mentioned. And a big task today for the PA Classics. Again, a team that comes into this one 5-4-1, only one loss all year, and that was their previous game against FC Tempest, a 1-0 loss at home. But today they have another chance to make their way deep in this postseason. This is technically round one of the postseason and the beginning of the Mid-Atlantic Conference Final.
Well, it's going to be interesting to say the least. 90 minutes separate us to know who is the winner.
And we are officially underway here at the Rowan Soccer and Lacrosse Complex. Both sides trying to punch their ticket into the East Regionals. As the PA Classics off to an early attack, quick interception on the far side by Sproul. And it's won back. Played back to Stewart. Danny Stewart, one of the co-captains of this team, with that, always wearing that bright headband. So you can't miss her. Sproul down the left wing. Plays it to Erdman. Erdman searching for options. Tries to play it across field. Intercepted. Now it's with Econopoulos. Plays it down the right wing. No one in sight to receive. And today's goalkeeper for the South Jersey Elite Barons, Madison Wpsl, leaving it out for a goal kick. And she got the day off in the previous game against Fever SC. It was Emery Wegener who started last game in goals, so Wpsl gets the start today, and arguably the biggest match of the season so far.
That ball goes out, and that's going to go straight back to SJEB. And of course, you know, we just talked about, you know, SJEB's critical key player. I know you spoke to one of the coaches on the PA Classics on who their possible key player is.
Well, what I got from the head coach Bill Betcher today for the PA Classics, he said that I think he definitely thinks his entire team has a shot at glory today. He's looking at his entire team that has had 14 different goal scorers this season. And the Elite Barons have had their fair share of goal scorers as well. 16 different goal scorers all season long. Both teams had no problem finding the back of the net. The South Jersey Elite Barons, 26 goals scored. And if you remove the goal cap, they had 29 goals. And if you look at the PA Classics, 29 goals for them. And if you tack on 4 more that were taken off because of the goal cap, 33 goals this season. Is that one just offside?
There's a goal cap?
There is. If a team is up by more than 5 goals, they will not count the goals towards goal differential.
Okay, that's interesting.
So a free kick now for the PA Classics. They tried to get it to Erdman down the left wing, but called offsides. So early stages of this one. A beautiful night in Glassboro, New Jersey. A big crowd on hand for both sides.
And some beautiful weather. I think it's the first time in a long time that we've actually had some decent weather in a row.
I agree, because while it was nice weather last game, very humid, and some water breaks need to be taken. We'll see if the officials today decide to do so once more, as this one goes out of bounds for a throw-in. Ava Sproul takes, tries to find Erdman, back against Jenna Devler's front. That one will get away from her. Now it's back with the goalkeeper today, Hannah Wilt, for the PA Classics. Sends it over to Carly Keene. Tries to split 2 defenders. We'll take a deflection out for a throw.
Also, another interesting fact, both of these teams are running a 4-3-3, so it's going to be interesting on how they can go in between the defensive lines and how the midfield can keep possession.
PA Classics playing dangerously down the middle. They get out of it. And as you said, both teams again playing in a 4-3-3, similar tactics. As now it's Elizabeth Estrada on the run, plays it down the left wing, but the run made a little too early and called offside.
SJEB was quickly take that one, but was quickly stopped by PA Classics to really turn anything dangerous, but McMaster's trying to find her way up.
McMaster did not play in the previous game. She's back in the lineup as, unfortunately for her, a foul there on Estrada. So a free kick for the PA Classics. Quite the back and forth battle so far in these first 5 minutes of play. Played once more to Estrada. Takes a deflection off of Remy Cherkis. And what a week Remy Cherkis has had. The National Defensive Player of the Week in the Wpsl. She had a goal in the previous game as well. So quite the week for her. She's been so great for this South Jersey Elite Barons side all season long as this one's played back.
And I believe she came off the bench in that game too.
And there's a lot more players on the bench in that one, especially with the Colonial Division already secured in that game. This game, only 4 substitutions today for South Jersey. Meanwhile, for PA, only 3. So looking for their starters to go to distance today are both sides. As this one now with De Jesus plays it back, who try to play it down the right wing once again. That one goes out. And Tim Bramble, today's head official, calls for a corner. The assistant referee thought it was a goal kick, but overturned, and the PA Classics with their first decent opportunity today.
Well, it's taken short, so let's see what they can do here.
They do go with the short corner, an in-swinging cross right into the comfort zone of Madison Wpsl. So the first time she had to use her gloves today and catches it like a wide receiver.
Not always the biggest fan of short corners. I always feel like teams are not caught off guard as much with the short corners. There's very few times where a short corner has succeeded, but usually when the short corner does succeed, it's set up and up to perfection. I don't think that one was just right time just yet.
A decent attack for the PA Classics. Now it's with Estrada. Decides to rip one. Oh, it goes off the crossbar. Had a lot of good velocity on that one from way outside the 18-yard box, and it's going out for a corner kick. The second one of the game.
Well, SJEB knows that Estrada's got a boot to her, and honestly, they could have been easily 1-0 up, but Wpsl able to keep SJEB at least leveled for now.
Estrada, the junior from LaSalle University, taking that one, and now the corner kick from the same side that was previously taken, but easily taken care of so far by South Jersey. Here's another shot from distance, but nowhere close to the frame is that one. And I believe Jenna Davler was the one to give it a shot.
Well, I'm already looking at Hannah Wilt, who has to deal with the sun in her eyes. I wonder how well SJEB is going to take advantage of this, because cross comes in. It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult to see where that ball is coming in from.
So as we had mentioned, the South Jersey Elite Barons in their previous game, 9-1 victory over Fever SC, the biggest margin of victory for them all year, and the most goals any team in the Colonial Division scored in a game this season. As some nifty turns there by Madison Erb, and she's still trying to get rid of the soccer ball there. Thankfully, she's able to. And now switching fields is Wilt, sending it to Keene. Cuts inside, looks for an option down the middle, decides to play it backward. And now on the attack for the PA Classics, down the left wing.
That was Love with the ball, and trying to get something to go up forward, but doesn't find anything but a goal kick. Again, we mentioned how many substitutes each team has. SJEB has 4, and then the Classics has 3. So it's interesting on when to use the substitutes and how many times they're going to use go into their bench.
Here's Ava Sproul, plays it to Naomi Newihe, who's ever dangerous. Plays a beautiful ball down the right side to McMaster. McMaster might have a chance here. Here's a shot. Oh, what a save. It's still in the box. Somehow gets it out. And completing the clearance is Estrada, but what a save right there from Hannah Wilt.
What a save from, again, what a save from Wilt, but a great job from the defense, able to clear that ball out of the box. That could have been really dangerous to a second chance at least for SJEB, but again, Classics able to clear it out of the box and do a good job and now have possession.
And Naomi Newihe, we talk about how great of a scorer she is with 8 goals this year. How about that pass to McMaster?
Found the perfect pack. McMaster perfectly timed run and had the one-on-one opportunity with the goalie. Just unfortunate not to get past her.
Bishara tries to play it to Naomi Newihe. It's headed away very well by Madison Erb and hit out over the touchline for an SJEB throw.
Well, some really great passing from SJEB and some passes that are looking very dangerous as they look to get comfortable into this match.
This one's taken away by the PA Classics. They're going to try to break out of this one. They do. And now here's Maggie Groh, who unfortunately is unable to hold on to it there. It's Danny Stewart now taking care of business. Sienna Mount, who scored in that 9-1 victory in the last game. Erdman plays it down the left wing to Sproul. Sproul looking for options in the box. Plays it across the middle. McMaster heads it in! It slides past the near post, and the South Jersey Elite Barons strike first in this conference final.
I was just mentioning on how deadly the crosses were going to be into this game, especially for Will, who has the sun in her eyes. But not to mention, McMaster was left completely wide open in the back post, and her defender wasn't keeping a track and eye on her, and she gets an easy header to place it down and scores the first goal of this match, already 12 minutes in.
McMaster did not play in the last game, but she has not skipped a beat. Scores in this one off a beautiful cross from Ava Sproul, and that's McMaster's second goal of the season.
Well, Sproul has an amazing assist and a great cross, but again, still plenty of time for Classic to get back in this.
And you're definitely right. We're only 10 minutes gone, still 80 minutes to go. The PA Classics have to respond fast. Here's Estrada. Too big of a touch there, and it's out for a goal kick. And McMaster, the goal scorer, a junior from Manhattan College, receiving that one from Ava Sproul, the sophomore from Stony Brook University. So those two connecting on the first goal of the game today.
Well, that's the second shot that SJEB has had, so a great opportunity for them, and it's going to be interesting to see how this rest of this game goes.
The PA Classic across down the middle, shot whiffed inside. It was Econopoulos who could not get the shot off there.
Fortunate right there. It looked like if she taken that shot, that might have gone in. And again, like I said, in a very dangerous opportunity too, inside that, at least deep inside that 18-yard box.
Some heavy pressure from SJEB now outside to Carly Keene. Keene with many red jerseys around her, trying to switch fields. She'll aim to. Sproul is there, able to get a touch outward. And it's headed away by Adriana Pepe, one of the co-captains. The other one being Danny Stewart. PA Classics able to regain possession here on the far side. That was Davler. Now plays it down the line to Jaylene DeJesus. Tried to get it to Maggie Groh, but well defended. And now Sienna Mount able to punt it away to Naomi Newihe. A beautiful touch off the chest. And here's a pass down the middle. It's Liv Brocious now on the attack. Goes to her right, tries to play it to McMaster. Might have a chance at a second. McMaster, my goodness! Making a brace in the early moments of this game. Liv McMaster makes it 2-0 for the South Jersey Elite Barons.
Cool, and collective. That's what that shot was. Takes a minute to settle the ball and places it right in the bottom corner where the goalkeeper could not get it. A brilliant job. Love McMaster already 2 goals up at under praise in under 15 minutes.
It truly is extraordinary. And again, based off of the statistics that were given to us from WPSLsoccer.com, Liv McMaster, only a goal coming into this game, already has 2 in the most important game of the season. So an early 2-0 lead. It's hit out And now a throw for the PA Classics. Estrada unable to hold on to it there. Keene regains possession. Decides to play it back. Love was the one that hit it up. Estrada tries to win it back, still in bounds for now. And now a throw for SJEB. And as today's PA announcer, Mike Shute, announces the goal scorer, kind of reminds me of that great pass from Liv Brocious as well, making that run as well on that play. And now here's another opportunity. Erdman trying to get to it, but thankfully on her toes is Hannah Wilt. So you're seeing early on, John, these through balls for SJEB, they are threatening.
I was just about to say that. I mean, SJEB is finding the holes, finding the pockets where really Classic's been very weak in, and the ball placement, the passing has been quite brilliant for SJEB. So they continue like this. Classic's got a real handful throughout this game.
Gets over Erdman. Now Naomi Newihe, a touch to her right. Able to chip it over defender. She takes a tumble. And Tim Bramble, today's head official, is going to say the foul occurred outside the box. And it's as close as it can be to a penalty. But a free kick in such a dangerous spot that Hannah Wilt wishes it was not.
Great call by the official. It definitely was outside the box. I know a lot of fans probably thought it was going to be the pen, but where the first contact was, it was outside of the box. So great call by the official. And again, a dangerous opportunity and something that you do not want to see if you're a Classics fan.
Naomi Newihe, the top goal scorer in the Colonial Division, the top goal scorer on this team. The graduating senior going to Brown University next year. Naomi Newihe takes just over the netting. Got a little too much under that one, and a goal kick for the PA Classics. And I guess if you're Naomi Newihe, you wish that free kick maybe actually was a little outside the semicircle.
A little bit, but again, I just want to keep mentioning this. I mean, Hannah Wilt with the sun in her eyes, I mean, you almost have a full advantage, to say the least, because she's directly looking at the sun. I mean, the sun is coming down just right where it's difficult to see the ball where it's coming from at least.
And Newihe, with some heavy pressure on Love, forces a turnover and a throw in again for the Elite Barons. Shirkus throws it in. McMaster, who has a brace today, plays it across the middle. Now by Shara. Going backwards to go forward. Sienna Mount. A gliding pass down the left wing. It's beautiful. Here's Sproul. Tries to chip it on in there. Takes a big bounce. A chance for a shot still, but cleared away for now from PA. Still in the danger zone. Sproul regains it. Tried to play it out wide. No one home there. So a throw in for the PA Classics, who desperately need to get back into the attacking third to put some pressure back on the Elite Barons.
Well, I think Classic got a little lucky there to not at least knock that cross to come in. It looked like Sproul's cross got at least maybe a foot to it, because usually we've seen at least a couple cross from Sproul already where that cross comes perfectly into the box, but it definitely seemed to be a little short for that attempt at least.
Here's Newihe. Plays it back. And now all the way back with Danny Stewart, who will look to bring it back into the opposing half. And this fast start for the South Jersey Elite Barons, kind of a testament to how they've been playing lately. They have won 5 of their last 6 games, and they're ranked 21st in the entire nation in the WPSL, moving up 2 spots to where they previously were, which was 23rd. And they're 5th in the East region as well, if you want to go regional. Meanwhile, the PA Classics, they've had some struggles as of late. Again, only 1 loss all year, but that loss happened in their previous game against FC Tempest. And they had a draw in the game prior to Keystone FC that would have been vital for them to move ahead in the standings. That was a 2-2 game. They are 9th in the region ranks, so they're not far behind SJEB in the East region. But still, coming into this one cold is the PA Classics, and coming in hot is the Elite Barons, as that pass just offside as Maggie Groh wanted to get a shot off on that one. And it looks like a triple substitution about to be made for the PA Classics, and they only have 3 subs today, so they're going to be throwing in all 3 of those substitutions right now.
Well, 16 comes off, 20 also comes off, and 18 comes off. So that is De Jesus. 20 is Keen, and then 18 is Maggie Groh.
So a bunch of switches. Ava Chappelle,
Coy, and Husick are the ones to come in.
Chappelle will be up top. Coy will replace De Jesus. And Lindsay Husick will replace Carly Clean at the left back position. So the head coach, Bill Betcher, for the PA Classics, understanding maybe some fresh legs can be the difference maker to get his team, his squad back into this one.
I think it's going to be a little bit more than fresh legs for this one at least. I think right now they just need to get something going if you're the Classics. I mean, the idea is, of course, with the fresh legs, is to maybe get something going, but they have had those 3 shots, but they really, since the 2 goals from SJEB, hasn't really shown afterwards.
Played across the middle, cleared away by Stewart. An extra head by Erdman. Can't get too much on the end of that one, though. It's back with the PA Classics. Played back. Jenna Davler. Heavy pressure from Erdman. Takes the deflection off of her. Davler will take the throw. And funny enough, I'll mention this as well, John, but that 9-1 victory the South Jersey Elite Barons have, they're not the only team here today with a 9-1 victory today. Or this season, I should say. The PA Classics won 9-0 earlier in the year. As this shot taken down the near post, hits the side of the netting, and Madison Wessel dives just in case. But as I had mentioned, 9-1 victory on June 15th from the PA Classics over Westmont United. So both squads with a 9-1 victory this year. How about that?
Hey, interesting at least. I mean, both of these teams have been high scoring teams. So it just looks like SJEB is the better defensively set team, at least on paper.
Another throw for the PA Classics. They're starting to get the ball into the attacking third more often here. Here's a cut inside. Played down the middle, now played back. Estrada, big turn to her left. Plays it to the left wing. Here's the substitution. Husick, it takes a deflection. Now it's back with Love. Love plays it into the box. It's dangerous, but well read and great judgment by Madison Wessel.
Great job by Wessel to come out to grab that one, and great job for her to take command of the box. And also another thing is, I'd also like to mention is, yes, SJEB is up 2-0, but it's a dangerous lead to have sometimes. When your opponent, if you leave your opponent to score, all momentum really shifts to your opponent.
It's always great to go up 1-0, but to go up 2-0, to have that cushion on the couch makes it a lot more comfortable. Played outside to McMaster, unable to get a touch there. And the head official today, Timothy Bramble, announcing that we will have a water break here as we hit the midway point of this first half. But, John, an interesting first half so far. 2 goals early on from Liv McMaster is the difference so far. And you're seeing the PA Classics trying their best to work their way back into this game, but being well defended by the Elite Barons, who have only given up 8 goals this year.
I mean, it's been a great job for SJEB. I mean, some of the good things that they've done has been the overlapping on the wings, especially when it comes to Ederman and Sproul. I mean, Sproul was able to give in a cross, and Liv McMaster was able to score that goal, and then the counterattack also for SJB has been also really good with Barocious able to get that cross to, again, Liv McMaster. Again, a player that I don't think we talk about enough is Liv McMaster. And then also some things for the PA Classics. They've been able to at least clear some of the chances away for SJEB. But again, earlier on in this game, it looked like PA Classics had the better opportunities, had the better shots on target. But again, those two goals kind of killed the momentum for PA Classics.
Carrie Davis Photography is the premier photographer for your family's portraits on the beach, servicing most beaches in Atlantic and Cape May counties. Visit www.carriedavisphotography.com to find out more information. And it looks like Tim Bramble getting both squads back onto the field now as we are ready to get back and try to finish this first half. 25 minutes gone, 15 to 20 minutes to go, and possibly some added time. You never know.
I definitely think there's going to be some added time, especially with the hydration breaks. And you got to also count into the goals and substitutions that that come into this game. So I'm gonna say at least a minute or two of extra time.
And we're back in the gist of things as this one's taken away from Estrada, trying to win it back. Excuse me, that was Ava Chappelle. She loses that one. And a back and forth change of possessions here. And South Jersey seems to have won possession now. McMaster plays it back. It's with Sienna Mount. Now over to Sproul with one of the assists in today's game. Sproul plays it down the middle. Here's a chance. Well defended so far by Jenna Davler, but still with the Barons, and now some well-played defensive prowess there from the PA Classics.
Well, it looks like that SJEB did make a substitution during that hydration break, as Sarah Weideman is in the match as of right now. I think she is playing as the right wing, so Kennedy Erdman is out right now.
And Erdman, a well-deserved rest. She's been so dangerous on that left wing. And then, as you had said, Sarah Wiedemann, who's playing. It's funny because she's used to playing at the Rowan Soccer and Lacrosse Complex. Plays for the Rowan women's soccer team. So she's preparing for a big fall ahead and doing so by playing in a big match for the South Jersey Elite Barons.
A big match indeed. And, I mean, like we mentioned before, this team has been in this spot before, lost to Reading last year, and already 2-0 up, and looks like at least 1 foot through the door, but still plenty of time left.
PA Classics trying to fight their way into the 18-yard box, but well defended by Abby Bashara. She gets it out. Now Naomi Newihe turns, splits through defenders. Now she's on the attack with a lot of pace. A few defenders left to beat. She goes to her left. She has a chance still. Tries to break through. Unable to get the shot off, but she literally tried to take on 4 white jerseys on that possession. So quite the ambitious attack there from Naomi Newihe, and thankfully for the PA Classics, it's out for a corner.
I mean, I think something we mention again a lot is Naomi Newihe's speed and great being physical. Again, you just proves it right through it there.
In swinging cross, headed away for now. Wiedemann heads it back in. It's a heading battle. That volley goes wide, but it is unable to be kept in. So a goal kick for the PA Classics. But some volleyball action we were seeing there. Back and forth over the netting.
Something you don't want to see as a goalkeeper. You just, if anything, you just want to see it go out of your box, out of your zone.
I'm sure the anticipation is crazy.
Oh, it is crazy. For playing in the sport and being in that goalkeeper position, it's It's a little hectic sometimes.
And some competition for possession here on the near side right in front of us. It goes the Elite Barons' way for now. McMaster plays it back. A pass out wide. And a 1-2, beautifully done. And now on the attack, Kayla Detavienio. That one goes out of bounds for a throw-in.
I was about to say another substitute that we didn't quite get during the that little huddle over there, the hydration break. I think she came in for Cherkis.
That is correct. So Wiedemann came in for Erdman. Coming in for Cherkis was Kayla Detavienio.
I was about to say, PA Classics makes a substitution as number 12 comes off.
Detaviano, excuse me.
Trying to see who came in for PA Classics. We'll see in a minute.
It's on the far near side corner here. Naiwihe plays it inside, and using her outstretching arms over top of her head is Hannah Wilt. Does a great job making sure no one can get a shot off on the back post.
De Jesus is the substitute to come in, by the way.
So she re-enters.
She re-enters the match.
Wilt taking her time, slowing down the pace of play.
Kind of surprised how slow and how close she got to Naomi Nihiwe. Thought like she could almost just reach out with her foot and, you know, get something to go in.
Naiwihe beats one defender. Looking to beat another. Goes down the goal line, able to get through the legs of Jenna Davler and unable to regain possession there. And now Hannah Wilt throwing it across field. And trying to be her defender is Elizabeth Estrada. She does so, still going. She's been on the ball quite a bunch today. Receives it back.
Again, Estrada does have a boot to her, so be careful if you give her too much space outside the 18.
Here's a strike, takes a deflection, still in the danger zone. Regained by Sudam. Sudam trying to look for a shot. And that ball cleared away. And Sudam, we haven't talked about her enough. Liza Sudam, the leading goal scorer for the PA Classics. 4 goals on the year, and someone that I know Bill Shute, the head coach of the South Jersey Elite Barons, has put an emphasis on coming into this game.
An offside call was called, and she previously was in an offside position. The defenders were all on the opposing team's half, and she was on the other side, and she was, how about this? Makes things simple. She was offside, trying to get back onto an onside position.
And Estrada will take a break. She's played the entire game so far, and she's had a lot of touches. And entering back in is Carly Keene, who moves Lindsay Husick up to the left wing position. It's now a short free kick. Naiwihe almost had a touch on that one. And playing back and forth are the two center backs. Now Love. Out wide. Here's Keene. Going to her left. Tries to split 2 defenders with a pass. Able to get it back off of the 2 defenders. It's inside. Did it take a deflection off a red jersey? No. And pleading for it. It seemed to be Sudan that was hoping for it. Or no, it was Matt. It was Ava Chappelle. She wanted a deflection for a corner. Unfortunately not for her. The South Jersey Elite Barons trying to play out. And now it's regained in the middle. Jordan Wynn regained possession, try to play it through. And now McMaster plays it across the middle. Out wide for Wiedemann. Wiedemann, head up looking for Naiwihe, and just out of her reach. And again, if you're just joining us, Gerasimos Gervasiliou, John Hallwood with you on this beautiful evening here at the Rowan Soccer and Lacrosse Complex in Glassboro, New Jersey. It's a 2-0 game, both goals happening in the first 15 minutes. And both scored by Liv McMaster, who has the ball right now. And it's a big day, Mid-Atlantic Conference final day. And the crowd getting into it here.
Crowd got into it. Ref heard the complaints, and he was allowing to play the advantage. I like that. I like it. I like the good communication from the ref, able to tell the players what he's seeing, and he knows that was a foul, but he wanted to let the play continue.
Abby Bashara unable to get that one on frame. Definitely had the force to get onto that, as we will have a substitution up top. Ava Chappelle goes out. And it looks like Maggie Grow re-enters. So she'll probably be the striker for the remainder of this half.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's already 36 minutes in, and you're just still 2-0 up for SJEB. But, I mean, like I said, it's still very much a close game, to say the least. Anyone's game still with this amount of time left.
A glided through ball down the right wing. Chasing after it, it was Taviano.
Well, Keene knocked that one out, and truly Keene was, keen to stop that attack from going.
Another substitution coming in. Liza Sudam exits.
I'm trying to see who's coming in. I think that might be 12. It is 12.
So it's Caitlin Kanonopoulos re-entering for the PA Classics. And thank goodness I'm Greek, because I don't know how else I'd be able to say that name.
As wind comes off, by the way. I mean, I've said it once. I don't want to. I've said it once the right way. I don't want to say it again and then get it wrong. I'll try it again.
Well,
though.
I was told by the head coach Bill Betcher that if we wanted to call her Econ, we could, because that's what many others call her as well. As that one goes out for a goal kick.
Nah, give me the challenge. Put me in, coach. I'm ready for that challenging word. As SJEB is going to make a pair of substitutions, as Liv McMaster, the goal scorer for at least both of the goals, comes out for at least for this half, and also Naomi Wehe also comes out.
Yeah, she gets her first break, well deserved, and she doesn't have a goal yet tonight, but she has definitely been quite a challenge for all these PA Classic defenders, as Erdman enters in at the right wing position, and up top for in place of Naomi Newihe is Liv Brocious.
Well, Classic's going to have an opportunity here, and again, good job from SJEB to stop that one for going Sproul, doing a great job to sticking with her.
Yeah, the South Jersey Elite Barons, one of the better defensive teams in all of the Women's Premier Soccer League. Only 8 goals allowed compared to 11 given up by the PA Classics. And because of the goal cap, both these teams with equivalent goal differentials. Coming into this one, they were both at 18, but obviously now South Jersey has the advantage, 20 goal differential. PA Classics trying to change it though. Cross down the middle. Well defended once again by South Jersey. Now it's Sierra Penny who did enter earlier on. Erdman loses it there. Well done by Keene to gain it back. It's a wall pass back right to her. Down the left wing, has some pace. Presses on the brakes. And unable to get that one through. Here's Brocious, who's playing up top but decides to fight her way back to gain possession. So good hustle. Bella Ramirez was just on the ball. She also has entered the match for the South Jersey Elite Barons. Now here's Sienna Mounts, plays it out wide to Sproul with her bright yellow-greenish cleats.
Again, we're just about 5 minutes away from the end of this first half. Both of these teams have taken a few strikes, but again, I think SJEB has been the better team, especially with a shot count with SJEB with 7 shots as of right now, and Classics with only 4. But Classics might get another opportunity here. A good counterattack could possibly come out of this.
A really nice move. Going to her right is Isabel Coy. She's still going, trying to get past Sproul. Cross inside, does take a deflection off of Sproul, and out for another corner.
Well, Coy has a little bit more speed than Sproul by the looks of things. She almost looked like she outran Sproul. But again, once you're dribbling a ball, it kind of does slow you down. You don't want to leave that ball behind. As SJEB is going to make a substitution, as Stewart's going to be the one to come in. And the only reason I know that is because of the headband.
She wears it almost every game. And Abby Bashara takes a rest as the co-captain re-enters. They decide not to go short. Outswinging corner, and Stewart comes in and gets the first touch since entering the match. It's punted in the air. Brocious tries to bring it down. It's won by Jenna Davler, now to the right wing. Here is Coy. It's down the middle to Economopoulos.
Keene gonna hopefully get across, but unable to find anything. Again, SJEB is doing a great job defending, and just again proves their defensive record right there on paper.
Yeah, Keene has had a lot of touches on that left side. If we had a heat map, I'd probably say that the ball for the PA Classic has been on our side of the pitch for most of this game.
I 100% agree with you right there, Gerasimos. I mean, unfortunately, we don't have that type of technology on us, but just looking at it and just kind of watching how the play goes on, she has been playing on that, at least, well, from our perspective, left side. Well, for her perspective, her left side, very well.
Wpsl with the punt, but won back by Estrada. Here's Madison Erb. Sends it over to Melanie Love, who breaks forward, has some space, decides to take it. Plays a through ball, but way too much juice on it. And it's going out for a goal kick, as another substitution will enter for the PA Classics. Jenna Davler exits.
I think that might be Chapel.
By the looks of it,
It might be.
Lindsay Husick will move to the right back position. And
No, it's not.
It is Liza Sudam who re-enters the game, and
I was wrong.
now some eyes on her, especially being the top goal scorer so far this year for the PA Classics. This is a beautiful switch of play here to Sproul, but a great hustle back by Coy. And a weak pass there results in an interception, but another good hustle play there. And it was Husick to get back onto it and clear it out, preventing a fast break opportunity.
Well, that was Ramirez, and just unfortunate to really, I think, gain control of the ball, as now SJEB has a throw-in, but some good fine touches at least from SJEB and Ramirez.
Husick moving to that right back position and immediately makes the difference, as this one unable to be taken down by Erdman. Danny Stewart tips it over to Penny. Penny tries to play it to Brocious. Well defended there. But that pass right back to Danny Stewart. Her boot must have a magnet, because the ball continues to go her way.
You know, you think they might be playing out wide. No, just go straight to Stewart. It's the weird thing about having a high angle sometimes. It looks like the ball might be going one way, and then when it finally hits the ground, it's like, oh, no, it's actually right there. I actually experienced that at last night's game on July 4th. watch the.
Yeah, our vantage point definitely has some illusions to it. I'll say that.
I don't think it has any illusions like at the link, but either way.
Here's Danny Stewart as we are 30 seconds away from the 45th minute, meaning possible added time to this first half. Tim Bramble, the head official today in the middle in green, keeping track of that time. Wiedemann chips it up to Brocious. Lets it bounce, lets it take another one, and it's poked away, but still in possession of the Elite Barons. Sproul, down the line it goes to Wiedemann. Or excuse me, now the pass goes to Wiedemann. She'll try to get on the end of it. And a great dive there by Hannah Wilt to get onto it, making a risk, or taking a risk, and it definitely pays off there.
Well, we're now past the 45 minutes. It's going to be interesting to see on how much extra time the ref puts. Like I said, I think at least maybe 2 to 3 minutes. With the goals and the substitutes, truly got to take some time. And the hydration, and I didn't even mention the hydration break.
I'm inclined to agree. As the pass down the middle to Ramirez, tried to turn, well defended there. And Coy was trying to get out of that jam. Thankfully, takes a deflection. The PA Classics looking to have the final opportunity of this first half of the Mid-Atlantic Conference Final. The winner goes to the East Region bracket, part of the bracket in the postseason. This is technically round 1 of the playoffs. And making a hard run for it is Keene. And it's hit out by Danny Stewart, so a throw-in as the PA Classics again trying to capitalize on this probably the final opportunity of the half. Maggie Grove sends it down the middle, sliding after it was Sienna Mount, and she does it brilliantly. And now on the counterattack as Sarah Wiedemann plays it down the left side of the pitch. Here is Brocious. Brocious waiting for more red kits to enter the scene. Across down the middle, no one there, but Erdman able to win it back. The cross takes a deflection, hits off a truck. So hoping that's no one's truck here in attendance, and that will go out for a corner.
Yeah, it's the one reason why I never put my car right behind the goal, because stuff like that does tend to happen.
And here's the corner. Out swinging it goes. Has a little bit of backspin to it, but well read by Hannah Wilt. As she throws it quickly to try to get this PA Classics team on the run. Here's Sudam. She is tripped. And tripped by Dutaviano. And it was on a free kick here. So, John, I think you are correct. We're going to have some extended time here in this first half as this one by Sudam is played for a big-time header nearly at the edge of the 18-yard box as that one goes just wide and out for another goal kick. So the score is 2-0 in favor of the South Jersey Elite Barons, but the shot count nearly even.
That is true. The shot count is nearly even. Yeah, 7 for SJEB and 5 for Pennsylvania Classic. I mean, it's a tough one to say what's going to be said in this halftime, at least for the Classic. They have their opportunities. I just feel like they haven't been able to make them count. And I think that's what's kind of killing them throughout this game.
Chasing after it was Dutaviano, and now it's Erdman. Takes another deflection there, and it's out for another corner. And I believe it was Melanie Love with the defensive play there. So another corner for SJEB. Can they get a shot off on this one? Here's the cross, and nearly the same result. Almost another catch by Wilt. Instead, she punches it out and does so successfully. It is out for a throw on the far side. It's with Wiedemann now, who again is playing at her home field essentially, the rising junior at Rowan University. Brocious wins the ball in the box. She has a chance, decides to go centrally, And what a kick save there by Hannah Well, and that will be the final action of this first half. So the South Jersey Elite Barons strike first and second in this one. It's a 2-0 game in this Mid-Atlantic Conference final, as the PA Classic still searching for their first goal in this one. And so far, what a game it has been. Liv McMaster with the brace in the first 15 minutes. And John, so far, the South Jersey Elite Barons came in and they've done exactly what they have hoped to have do. Meanwhile, the PA Classics earning a bid in today's game. I wonder what their message will be during the half.
I mean, at least for SJEB, EB is going to be keep playing how you've been playing. You've been able to find the holes. You've been able to find the pockets. And you've also been able to at least exploit the defense of the Classic. Now, if you're a Classic right now, it is trying to find how to get through this SJEB's defense, who has been very well put together throughout this first half. And just try to get some more shots on target. Take some shots outside the 18-yard box. I mean, you're down 2-0 if you're Classics right now, and that's right now what's important for a Classic is to take those shots, be more aggressive, be more honestly just play like it's your last game, and it is their last game if they do not win this.
Ocean City Financial Group offers financial planning and investment management to help you put the ball in the net. We help people retire. Call Mark Rymet, Certified Financial Planner, at 609-814-1100. And again, that's 609-814-1100. Or go to oceancityfinancialgroup.com. So some youth soccer players playing soccer here at the Soccer and Lacrosse Complex on the campus of Rowan University, as we will now take a little break, take a step off as some of the fans grab some food. And again, the South Jersey Elite Barons up 2-0 so far in this Mid-Atlantic Conference final. We'll be back. Gerasimus Vasilio and John Hallwood on hand. The WPSL Girls Only Camp is the only summer soccer camp just for girls. Youth soccer players between the ages of U8 and U14 will be engaged by the players of the SJEB FC WPSL team, who are the camp counselors and coaches. No boys, just girls, doing it the girls' way. Visit our website at www.sjebfc.com/camps or scan the QR code displayed on one of our banners. Our first camp was a huge success, but we have one more camp coming up from July 7th to 10th. Only 2 days left. Register today by scanning the code on the WPSL poster. Welcome back to the Rowan Soccer and Lacrosse Complex here in Glassboro, New Jersey. I am Gerasimus Jerry Zanelli, alongside my great friend John Hallwood. And so far, a really fun contest today. It's the Mid-Atlantic Conference Final between the hosts, who are the South Jersey Elite Barons, who are playing the visitors, the PA Classics. And so far, a 2-0 game and a Liv McMaster brace within the first 15 minutes is so far the difference.
It has been the difference so far. I mean, 2 great goals, one off the head and one off the foot. I mean, both crosses coming in beautifully, one coming in from Barocious and the other one coming from Sproul. I mean, this SJEB team has been so much of a difference maker throughout this first half. The question is now, can they continue this in the second half? Of course, PA Classics has a little bit of an uphill mountain to climb going into the second half. The main question for them, though, is how can they get those chances to go in? How can they break down this very great SJEB's defense? And my main question is, though, how is this team going to go looking like in the second half? How are they going to create those chances? And basically, just how they're going to get those two goals back.
SJEB just 45 minutes away from their first Mid-Atlantic Conference championship since 2022. And that year, I would probably call it the greatest year in South Jersey Elite Barons history, as they won the Eastern Conference that year and made it into the Final Four of the WPSL. Again, this is a team that's existed since 2021. They have quite the resume already, as in 2023 they won the Colonial Division, and they do so again this year. So the second time in 3 years they've won the division and looking to win the conference final. And for the PA Classics, this is a team that last season had quite the equivalent of what they did this year. They finished third this year. They finished third last year with 19 points. It's the same amount they've had this year. They had 6 wins, a draw, and 3 losses compared to the record they have right now, 5-4-1. And they scored 25 goals last year. They scored 29, so an improvement in that remark.
Well, I'll tell you this much. Wpsl doesn't have to see that sun in her face. The sun's gone almost completely down, but the sun doesn't quite shine on this side of the field as it's too low down. I think at least blocked by a couple trees and maybe some clouds.
Well, the night lights are on as the second half of this Mid-Atlantic Conference Final in the WPSL commences. An early opportunity there on the far side for SJEB, but now it's going to be Liza Sudam on the attack. Tries to play it. It's split through the 2 center backs. Unable to do so there, but won back by Economopoulos.
And it's the little things like that with the Classics, is that they just can't seem to get their passing on point, and it seems to be killing them and killing the momentum for them.
I mentioned at the top of this second half broadcast, part of our broadcast, that the South Jersey Elite Barons have been in the WPSL since 2021 with the resume they have. And the PA Classics, they've only been in this league since 2022. That was their inaugural season, so about the same time frame these two teams have participated in this league. But the PA Classics, look at the catch up of what SJEB has accomplished, and SJEB looking to add on to their accomplishments today with already a 2-0 lead in this conference final, as this one's played down the right wing, but it was going to go out for a goal kick. Too much on that pass there by Remy Churkis, who is the reigning National Defensive Player of the Week in the WPSL.
And again, just a great job again making those through balls. I think that's what's been so effective for this SJEB team. It has been those through balls, knowing when to time the runs, and just the passing in general. The passing throughout this game from SJEB has been quite done some well. Has come with some minor mistakes though too, but they've done it a little bit better than PA Classics so far. But again, still plenty of time for PA Classics to kind of maybe fix some things throughout this second half.
Sproul wins it back, and now it's with Danny Stewart, again the co-captain, with the bright yellow headband we always mention.
I do like the bright yellow headband.
Erdman now on the attack down the left wing. She decides to shoot at the near post. Almost caught the top left corner. And it's going to go out for a goal kick. We thought possibly across in the middle, but she opts for the shot.
I don't mind the selfish take. Again, you think you go for the middle. I think if you do go for the middle, I think it's an easy pickup for the goalkeeper of Wilt, of Hannah Wilt. So good job, maybe take some, try to take something that the goalkeeper isn't expecting. And fortunately unable to go in, but still an opportunity nonetheless, as that counts as their 8th shot throughout this game.
And the rising sophomore being Kennedy Erdman goes to Monmouth University. She's actually the second leading scorer on this squad, or tied for it with 3 goals, as SJB looking to have another opportunity here early on in this second half. We're only 3 minutes gone. Unfortunately, a loss of possession there.
And who is she tied with?
Liv McMaster,
who just scored 2 goals.
Liv McMaster has 3 goals on the year. Erdman has 3 goals on the year. And as we've also mentioned, Naomi Newihe with 8 goals, who is trying to make it 9 right now, as that is a big-time tackle and a little too much physicality there. Made too much contact with the legging of Naomi Newihe, and we might have our first booking of the day.
Doesn't look like it.
As I thought he was reaching for his pocket, but instead he just goes to put the marking down for the free kick.
Vanishing spray.
I thought for a second.
Nah, if it's going to be for a booking, if it's going to be out for a pocket, it's top pocket, because that was likely to be a yellow card than anything, definitely not a red card.
And by Sheriff plays it in, it's hit away, and I think they're glad that he did not reach for the card this time around.
I was about to say, you got to be careful now. You're definitely on thin ice. Another, reckless foul like that, you might be going to the books.
And you're starting to see, I guess, a sense of desperate play coming from the PA Classics, and therefore some more physical play. As now Sudam on the ball with 3 red jerseys around her, gets out of it.
And you kind of mentioned that, some desperate play. I don't think it got to be desperate right now. You still got some time with you, as that play is going to go off sides, as DeZeus was the player off sides. But again, you still got plenty of time though. You don't need to be as desperate. I mean, yes, if it leads to a goal, you're now 3 goals down. You're looking now a little bit desperate, but you gotta have at least some faith in your defense that you're able to stop these attacks from SJEB. So let's try not to make as many reckless fouls like that.
A decent size free kick there. Takes a deflection out for a throw-in. Erdman has it, gives it off to Newihe, who decides to shield it now. Now faces. She's on the sideline, plays it back to Sproul. Cuts inside, across into the box, and no one on the back post to receive. Hannah Wilt switches sides and looks the same as she did in that first half, which despite those first 2 goals, did a very good job reading a lot of crosses and also had a big save as well. We have not talked about enough. That was early on in that first half as well. So
yeah, she did a good job in that first half, able to get through the crosses, especially with the sun in her face. I mean, that's get her some points, and good call by the ref. Stewart's still saying that should have been a foul, but I agree. It's not a foul, as that one's going to be a possible foul maybe, but he's going to give out the corner.
So a shoulder-to-shoulder effort there, well played by the PA Classics, and Danny Stewart with an all-ball tackle there to, I guess, respond in a sense. And she definitely had a few words with Tim Bramble after that play as well. So, nevertheless, a very good tackle there made by the co-captain.
I mean, no one likes to be bodied like that. I mean, it was a fair play. I mean, both shoulder to shoulder, and a good call for the good no call from the ref.
Here's the corner. It goes in swinging. It's right in front of the netting. A chance for a shot, possibly. They're trying to turn onto it as Maggie Grow. It does take a shot, and right at the keeper's
Ooh.
the keeper's bread basket is Madison Wpsl. That shot definitely had a chance. That came from Jordan Wynn.
It wasn't quite a shot. It was more of a deflection than anything. The defender was trying to clear it out. Wynn just got in right in front of it and it just kind of bounced off of her. Luckily, Wpsl was able to stop it, but very much a dangerous opportunity for the Classics, and maybe a little unfortunate not to have that Lady Luck come in to help with that one.
It's definitely the closest they've been to the net, I think, today. That was near the goal line as the PA Classics trying to get back to it.
I wouldn't say that. I think Estrada had the closest one coming outside the 18-yard box where the Wpsl had to basically push it over the bar.
Yeah, Estrada's definitely been one of the better players today for the PA Classics, as Sproul now making her way down the left wing, plays it across, goes past Newihe, ultimately cleared away for now. Beshara turns, plays it to her left. Now it's with Danny Stewart. Plays it across the middle. Erdman unable to retain it, but Sproul right there to take it back.
Someone's got to calm it down for the Classics to at least keep possession, but now they got a counterattack going.
Konomopoulos wins it, but immediately won back there. Now it's on the far side, takes a deflection out for a throw. So the PA Classics, as you would guess, from Pennsylvania, from Manheim, Pennsylvania more specifically. They play their home games at Spooky Nook Sports Complex.
Ooh, spooky. Give me chills. Sorry.
I'm
sorry.
So they're from the Hershey area, so they definitely had to travel the distance for this match. And
I was going to say, that's a travel from here. That's a good plus 45-minute drive? Depending on traffic. Sorry.
Definitely true. Is no worries at all. So Estrada now making her way down into the attacking third. Here's Maggie Grow. Takes it with her left. Takes a deflection off of Stewart and by Shara. Calming things down. Able to get a clearance out of the box for now. Liv McMaster masterfully gets out of that jam. Here's Brocious. Sends it down. Tried to get to Newihe, and it's hit away by Melanie Love. And another thing I'll mention with the PA Classics, with them being in the Hershey area, you could probably guess, Kristen Pulisic used to be a player for the PA Classics.
Wait, oh yeah, I forgot about that actually.
Kristen Pulisic, the captain of the U.S. men's national team, a former player of the PA Classics, and they actually have a stamping grounds named after them, named after him. The Pulisic Stomping Grounds in Manheim, Pennsylvania. So, a little fun fact for you.
Fun fact of the day. Well, actually more fun fact of the night. So it's becoming later on. I think it's what, 8 past now, a little past 8 p.m. So, you know.
That's what the PA Classics have been known for. That's where Pulisic made a name for himself. He is from the Hershey, Pennsylvania area, and it makes sense that he made many contributions for the PA Classics.
And now he's golfing probably somewhere around there. Actually, no, I think he's golfing down in Florida.
Well, he'll be in the World Cup next year as the Brocious now gains possession. A shot. It's safe for now. What a dive there. Newihe now with a shot. Goes wide. But how about that initial save? Hannah Wilt. What a dive to her right to get onto that one. Had to get every piece of her glove on that shot.
Well, you mentioned about the first save. I want to mention about the clearance quickly afterwards because there was a second attack soonly to be held in a wide open net at least for SJEB. I mean, a great job right there for the PA Classics defense to clear that one away and deal with that.
What a tackle there as it's won back by SJB. Brosius trying to get a shot off, slides right in for the score. Hannah Wilt can't save that one. And what a shot that was to dive on in there. And it's a 3-0 game in favor of the Elite Barons.
Well, a great job from Brosius, able to get her foot to it, able to slide in actually, and just get it past Hannah Wilt. I mean, unfortunate for her that she couldn't quite save it, but a great job from SJEB to, you know, put that lead up ever further, and it starts really raising question marks for this PA Classic team if they can pull off this comeback.
South Jersey Elite Barons inching ever closer to a Mid-Atlantic Conference title and a trip to the East Regional part of the playoff bracket in the WPSL.
That's all the way in Ohio. At least that's what I've been told.
Danny Stewart clears it away, and that's the second goal of the season for Liv Brosius, the rising junior that attends Drexel University nearby here.
Also to mention, she also has an assist in this game too. So a goal and an assist for her tonight.
And that is also 2 assists on the year for her.
The assist to number 3,
And Adriana Pepe was the one with the assist.
Definitely did a good job putting that in a position for Brosius to slide on in there and gets an ever sliver of a touch. It was just enough, as now the PA Classics are now hitting the hyperdrive as they got to move quickly to get back into this game.
Well, I mean, July 4th and fireworks were here yesterday, but I think the fireworks show is still continuing here for SJEB, as it's been basically all way to go for them, as again, just 3 goals so far in this game, and it just looks like they don't want to stop.
That's a beautiful flick back by Bashir, and now Erdman gets it inside the Naomi Newihe. Not someone you want to see with the ball in the box. Oh, just chips over the net. And it's a goal kick.
I don't think I've seen her do something like that ever before, really. Usually it's on target. If not, it's maybe saved by the keeper. Naomi says it got deflected.
Yeah, Newihe looking for a deflection on that shot. Unfortunately, goes just over the crossbar and out for a goal kick. And thankfully for the PA Classics, the lead, the deficit still remains 3-0.
I mean, it was a dangerous attack, a quick turnaround, and straight looking one-on-one with the keeper. But again, that just gets way too much under it for her.
And you mentioned the fireworks continuing on to today. I think the fireworks came early after that 9-1 victory against Fever SC. That's now 12 goals in 2 games for this Elite Barons side. There's a big collision on the near side of the pitch there. Hopefully both players are okay as McMaster looks for the hat trick. Not that time, though. It goes wide. And wow, wouldn't that cap off the night for SJB?
That would surely cap at least McMaster's night. I mean, she's done brilliantly. Like I said, 2 goals so far, and both goals under 15 minutes. So, I mean, not much to say. I mean, definitely deserving at least of the women of the match, but still plenty of time for other players to maybe gain an opportunity like that.
Switching fields as Maggie Groh does so very well, as this one's now with Estrada. Pulls it back. Has a series of turns, evades the defender. That pass offline now with Erdman. Switching fields to the right wing. It's with McMaster. That one gets away from her. And trying to keep it in is Mount, and she does so. Here's an in-swinging cross. Unable to get to Newihe at the moment. Now with Erdman. Has eyes towards goal, but that one takes a few bounces and right into the grasp of Hannah Wilt.
Something I've kind of looked at so far throughout this game is probably, I would say, the possession on how much possession each team has. I don't have any, fancy machinery or, stats that could tell me 100%, but if I really had to guess, it would be closer to 60% SJEB's possession to a 40% possession for PA Classics.
That cross Does not find any white jerseys there as this pass goes wide. PA Classics will have another try at it in the attacking third. Here's Jenna Davler, the throw-in. Plays across. Does not have a lot of juice on the end of that one. But she's able to get it back. Sudam plays it inside. And Stewart with the final clearance. And Wehe comes flying in, almost wins it back. The PA Classics retain possession. Here is Jordan Wynn. Across the middle to Sudam, but a brilliant tackle made. Here are the Elite Barons and transition. A pass to Naomi Newihe. Here she goes. Down the left side. Very well defended there by Melanie Love as it's out for a corner.
Well, a good job to force her to go out wide, and it at least limited the damage a little bit. Able to get a corner, not get let her take a shot off, but I mean, still a dangerous opportunity still continues for SJEB.
And she used every ounce of physical play there to knock Naomi Newihe, who has such size and speed to her skill set. And look at this, a short corner for SJEB. Sproul tries to shoot it in there, not enough on the back end. And the PA Classics looking to start the counter. That pass would have made it to the left wing.
With plenty of space, by the way, was outside. That's Shalda.
Pepe got the deflection there. Is this one now back in for a cross? No problem for Hannah Wilt that time.
Again, McMaster definitely looking for that third goal. Don't blame her.
I wouldn't blame her either, as she's already had quite the night with the opening 2 goals of this game, already securing herself a brace in the Mid-Atlantic Conference Final. No better time to get that brace as well. Here's Economopoulos. Plays it down the middle, doesn't find anyone there though. Sproul has it with ease. Sudam tried to poke it away, but now it's with Erdman. Bashara. Back now with Madison Wessel, who has not had to deal with too much of a threat today. Not too much action on her end so far.
I was about to say one or two, maybe even 3 big shots that she's really had to worry about.
Sophomore from Longwood University.
But this SJEB team's really taken the front foot with at least on the amount of shots, 15-8. Like I said, still plenty of time, plenty of second half, but kind of, if your Classics clock is kind of starting to become a factor, especially with a 3-goal deficit.
Well, we have just reached the 65th minute of this second half. So 25 minutes separates the South Jersey Elite Barons from a Mid-Atlantic Conference championship and a trip to the East Regional. As now a flurry of substitutions coming in for the PA Classics.
Well, it's going to be interesting when also the water break happens, because if you do it in the first half, you got to do it in the second half.
I would assume so, as it seems as though Isabel Coy, Eva Chappelle, and Lindsay Husick will all be re-entering the match. That one's out for a throw, and again, both sides, not many subs that are available in this game. 4 for South Jersey and 3 for the PA Classics. As this one's won by Wynn.
And that one's going to be called offside quite quickly. Kind of checked the referee to see if I was right about it, and well, I was right. Offsides.
So just a mistiming of the run there.
It's been like that for right now for the Classics. Just a lot of mistimed runs. We're just unable to get a real good pass going. Again, something I said that they needed to fix during that first half. Haven't seemed to quite fix in this second. So it's going to be some tough sailing for them at least.
And we are going to have a water break as we can really hear Tim Bramble very clearly. Sudan was ready to take that throw in right away, but we are going to have a stoppage of play. And so since the start of the second half, SJEB starting where they left off. They get a goal thanks to Olivia Brocious getting on in there with a sliding dive into near the 6-yard box. Just got a touch past the goalkeeper and Hannah Wilt. And you got to think if you're the PA Classics, I mean, what is even your mindset going into these final 20 to 25 minutes or so?
Oh, man, there's a lot of things going in your mind. By this point, you just want one to go in. I mean, you're hoping that one can eventually go in or get something going for you. I mean, really, it's been all control right now from SJEB, who's really been able to find the key passes. But, again, if you're PA Classics, I mean, the game's not over till it's over, until that final whistle. So, I mean, you just got to continue passing the ball, finding the opportunities when you can, and hopefully one goes in, and hopefully when that does happen, momentum goes in for you.
So far, PA Classics re-entering the pitch. They are back, and it makes a lot of sense as they don't want to waste any more time being down 3-0. Is SJB still in their huddle, catching a breath? And we mentioned the South Jersey Elite Barons, how great they have been as of late. 5 of 6 they have won. They have 7 wins this year compared to the 5 wins they had last year. They finished second in the division last year with 18 points. This year, the Colonial Division champions with 22 points. And just 2 losses to the Philadelphia Ukrainians National Liberty and FC Monmouth. That is it. And it does not look like they will add a 3rd loss to their name today. Meanwhile, the PA Classics, just 1 loss coming into this game. That was their previous game against FC Tempest, and 1-0 loss at home. Also worth mentioning, the PA Classics, undefeated on the road so far this year. 2 wins and 3 draws. So this would be their first loss on the road if this result would hold for the remainder of our time here, as this one is back and underway. We are approaching the 70th minute of this entire Mid-Atlantic Conference final.
And you kind of mentioned something about that loss and all. It almost kind of wonders sometimes that loss can also affect you going into next week. Yes, you might have said like, oh, it doesn't mean as much maybe. But still, a loss is a loss and can affect sometimes your players a little bit. Is that cross going to come in, and a dangerous cross at that?
Here's Coy, who hits it behind herself to the right wing, but it's cleared away for now. Hit back in by Husick, and it's right into the comfort zone once again of Madison Wessel, who's been great all night long. Hasn't had to deal with too much, but when she has had to deal with the PA Classics, she's done well.
Well, right now, what the Classics need to do is kind of control the possession, control the tempo of the game, play how you want to play. Hopefully that can continue now into this, well, the rest of the, 20 minutes.
And on the far side, looks like Carly Keene looking to make her mark. Plays across in the middle. Ball is loose in the box, but cleared away for now. Here's a strike from distance. And that volley offline. Not the best contact there as it goes right back into the hands of Madison Wessel. Just has to lean down to pick that one up.
Well, Estrada was the one to take the shot. And, of course, we've seen her take a shot in the first half out from distance. And how powerful shot that was. Definitely wasn't the same powerful shot that we saw in the first half. But either way, it's a shot on target. And that's what you can say at least if you're Classics. It's an opportunity maybe. Like I said, you just got to hope and pray that kind of one of these chances kind of goes in and make something big, as one of the PA Classic players slow to get up. But
Liza Sudam, that player, and she seems to be A-OK, as she was the one to keep possession for the PA Classics. Here's a long throw through the legs of Chappell. And a missed touch there results in a big goal for the PA Classics. Elizabeth Estrada takes advantage of the missed touch from Madison Wpsl. And just like that, the PA Classics end the shutout.
Well, there's your opportunity. There's your one goal, and there's your lady luck. I mean, wow. Honestly, that's some bad. I feel like that's some bad communication from SJEB, not letting her know that a player was trying to rush on her. But man, the opportunity arose, and Classics took both hands, and well, they got the goal at least. So a 2-goal deficit now again, and maybe some momentum for PA Classics.
And Elizabeth Estrada, you can make that her 5th goal of the season. She now leads her team in goals, surpassing Sudam and Maggie Groh as well. So a big-time goal there to stay on her toes and be ready for that one. This ball's going back and forth between both sides, and SJeb's attacking third. That one headed away. Estrada tries to get it back in. Now some more volleyball action. Here's Cherkis, plays it across the middle, and Estrada, the rising junior from LaSalle University, also plays for Guatemala's women's national team.
Impressive.
So definitely showed off her soccer IQ there, being ready for that mistake and capitalizing on that play. And they're trying to do so again here with Isabel Coy. And a few players take a tumble, but that time it's Penny, Sierra Penny, that wins that battle.
Interesting.
So now with that goal, John, under 20 minutes to the 90-minute mark, I would say it's possible a comeback could occur.
No, it's 100% a possible. Oh my gosh. Sorry, it's 100% possible that this comeback can happen. I've seen, I mean, I think the most notable one I can think of is the Real Madrid-Man City Champions League match. Real Madrid was down 2-0 and was able to score 2 goals in in 13 minutes. So, I mean, it is definitely possible, to say the least. It's going to be more interesting, though, on how confident they are throughout this game.
The PA Classics, unlike SJEB, trying to really make their mark on the Wpsl, is, from my understanding, have yet to really make it past this point in the Wpsl. They finished 5 points behind first place Reading United. And if you're wondering why Reading United is not in this game, it's because both Reading United AC and Keystone FC declined to continue their efforts in the WPSL playoffs due to possible players that are going back to their college squads. And I'm sure the PA Classics enjoying their time tonight and happy that they're in this game.
Hey, I mean, you're given this opportunity. Why not take your shot at it? And I mean, against a great team of SJEB, who has, shown some great brilliance throughout this match and through the matches that we've covered.
Here's Estrada with a lot of pace down the left wing. But a little too big of a touch there, and it's going to go out for a goal kick.
Estrada was really showing her pace that I didn't think we've seen really through that first half. I didn't think she had that much speed to her. As a substitute's going to be made for Classics.
Economopoulos will take a break on the bench for the time being.
I'll try and get who substituted in for you. I think that might be. And that might be Chapel. No, it's 16.
That's going to be DeJesus back into this game. And just like Estrada, DeJesus also a part of a women's national team. She plays for Puerto Rico's women's national team.
I mean that's honestly some. I got to give it some great respect playing for your your guys' national team. I mean, that is amazing. That is especially at this age and at this level, is an absolutely amazing. I mean, you got to be absolutely proud of yourself, and I mean, congratulations to both of those women for being on the national team. And honestly, can't wait to see them. Got the Women's World Cup eventually coming back soon. I mean, in another 3 years? 2 to 3 years?
Well, I'm sure both Estrada and De Jesus are looking to make the first team for both of the countries they are native to. Now it's out wide for Isabel Coy. It's punched around, back with the PA Classics. Estrada couldn't hold on to it. And kind of a tug on the back of that jersey. We continue the play on.
Surprised ref hasn't showed to play advantage. I felt like it was a little too much there from the from the back. Definitely had her arm extended there.
And that was Brosas who was taken down. But now the PA Classics. Sudam with a shot from distance, but just a few steps to her right is all Wpsl needs to take to stop that one.
And you kind of start seeing the gears kind of turn for the Classics. They're able to starting to gain momentum. They're just clawing at it right now, and we might see another goal from Classics. And if that comes down, another goal does come down for the Classics, it's going to be a real big fight to the very end. And to the final whistle, I should say. Another substitute, by the way.
Absolutely, as Penny gets that deflection to go off of Isabel Coy. And coming out will be Jordan Wynn, who's in this 4-3-3 formation that we had mentioned earlier. Both sides running that formation. She runs the holding midfielder, being the defensive midfielder for her side. And it looks like Brosas and Danny Stewart are also going to be taking a rest for SJEB.
Again, definitely some more time added on for some extra time. It's going to be, like I said, interesting to see how much time the ref will put on.
And coming in for PA Classics is Economopoulos, and looks like for SJEB, it's Sienna Mount who returns, along with Sarah Wiedemann back at the right wing.
I thought it was Pepe. I thought Pepe came back in. You might be right. I don't know.
Ramirez, also another player for SJEB that started on the bench today. She's also in this game at the moment. So substitutions being utilized by both sides as we speak. And as we enter the final 10 minutes of this game, we're approaching the 80th minute. PA Classics need another goal to get this one back within their grasp. As it takes a tumble
It's
on the
a pen.
and it is going to be a penalty. Isabel Coy tried to get around two defenders, takes a tumble, and a big call that could be a decisive one.
Well, the referee was all over that, right in the right position, and was right in front of it too. So if anyone had the best advantage, it was him. And not only does this come into perfect timing too, got 10 minutes left, makes this. It's a 1-0 game, and a lot of things can go.
Liza Sudam is going to take this one, and it's right down the middle, smokes it into the netting, and we got ourselves a game in this Mid-Atlantic Conference Final. It is a 3-2 game, and Liza Sudam with her fifth goal on the year, and it could not have came at a better time.
Well, it could not have come in a perfect time. Cool collective on that penalty spot. And, I mean, now you're down by 1. As SJB is going to make a substitute of their own if they can. But, again, it's going to be the interesting 10 minutes and some extra time on if Classics can pull themselves out of this. They got the 2 goals that they wanted, so it's interesting to see.
And coming right back in is Danny Stewart, the co-captain, and it's going to be Sierra Penny that exits. And, again, the goal scorer.
Chappell actually comes out, by the way, quickly.
So both teams making substitutions now with it being a completely different game. It's a 3-2 game, still in favor of SJEB. Liza Sudam, the rising junior that goes to Louisville University, with a big penalty take there. It gets right past Madison Wpsl, shoots it down the middle. And so far, it's that sliding goal from Liv Brosas early on this half that's keeping SJEB in front.
I mean, it is that 1 goal, but again, that momentum's now kind of turned to the Classics, and like I said, a 2-goal lead is a dangerous lead to have because momentum starts going to your opposing team. And right now, SJEB's kind of let Classic stay around and played with their food, if anything.
SJEB were participants in last year's Mid-Atlantic Conference Championship, and they lost big time, 6-1 to Reading United. And they're trying not to get a repeat of that today. It's definitely not as big of a score line, but they still want to get past this stage of the postseason after being up 3-0 in this game. And like you said, the PA Classics now with a lot more energy, a lot more momentum to work with as this ball is played down the right wing. Can Coy get onto it? She does keep it in. She's in the corner. Sends across inside the box. Only 2 white jerseys there. Cleared away for now, and Wiedemann makes sure of that. So they avert the crisis for now, and more substitutions coming in for SJB. Wiedemann comes out. Looks as though one of the substitutions will be Ava Sproul, excuse me.
As a firework goes off.
I guess 4th of July is not over just yet, as Liv McMaster, who had the brace, scored 2 goals in the first 15 minutes of this game. She comes back in along with Liv Brocious, so both goal scorers re-enter. And someone else I'm sure we're waiting on to make her mark on this game is Naomi Newihe, who won the Golden Boot in the Colonial Division. 8 goals on the year. She's still out there. And I'll tell you what, SJB probably looking her way to try to get one more cushion on this game.
Definitely someone that, if you're SJEB, to be looking forward to is definitely Naomi Newihe. I mean, your leading goal scorer, the one that can create the chances, the one that can finish for you. And a big opportunity now for the Classics, as that one's going to get stopped by Mount. But again, Classics done a real good job to been able to shut her down.
Here's Sudam, who scored the penalty kick just 5 or so minutes ago to make this a 3-2 game. Now Estrada, a nice turn to her left. Tries to play a through ball down the middle. Unfortunately for Maggie Groh, offsides.
That was a close one, to say the least. I mean,
Estrada wants that one back too.
Yeah. It was a close offsides. If anything, maybe just by a foot, but a foot offsides, still offsides.
And both 11s now fighting for the ball here. Erdman and Husick.
And he's kind of starting to hear the fans get into this a little bit more.
Here comes Liv McMaster, who has 2 goals. Takes a tumble outside the box. No call there. But it's still with SJB nevertheless, so interesting no call from Tim Bramble. He did call a penalty earlier for a similar play.
If anything, I actually thought Liv McMaster was actually the one to commit that foul, actually, as she kind of ran into the player there.
Now a goal kick.
Well,
5 minutes left.
5 minutes is likely to be some extra time.
We are in for a treat. Gerasimus Gervasiliou, John Hallwood on the call with you today for this amazing Mid-Atlantic Conference final here on the campus of Rowan University at the Soccer and Lacrosse Complex.
You know what I want to see? Some extra time. I want to see some extra time. I want to see some PKs.
Nothing is better than some free soccer as that ball goes into the parking lot, but I'm sure the SJEB fans heard that and disagree.
Oh, yeah, no, they 100% disagreed with what I said. But you know what? I enjoy the sport. I love the sport through and through. I've played it since I was little, and I continue not to play, but now ref it. So there's my one time I could actually say it.
Our producer, Michael Quinn, acknowledging the fact that John Hallwood has mentioned throughout the season his referee expertise, which you definitely are. This one now up the middle.
Can't say no more. It's my one. He's giving me a quota. He only one per game.
Well, here we go. Final 5 minutes till the 90th minute. Naomi Newihe charging forth. Tries to get a shot with her right foot. It is blocked by Melanie Love. Naomi Nawihe is still trying to get a shot off there, and she almost did so, as Estrada now, on the other hand, who scored the first goal of the game for the PA Classics, now on the counterattack. Cleared out for now. Estrada keeps it in. Turns and faces. Plays it through inside the box. A dangerous opportunity for the PA Classics. Here's Maggie Groh. To her left. Takes the shot, but it's going to go way wide.
I don't think she was taking the shot there. I think it may be a possible cross, maybe something in the back corner, back post at least. And by the way, if you're hearing the, every once in a while a loud boom, there are some fireworks going on. It looks like to be somewhere around the campus. I'm kind of surprised that's even loud.
So we shall see how much stoppage time we have today. And for the PA Classics, they hope it's as much as 5 minutes. And for SJEB, they hope it's none. As Tim Bramble, the head official, is keeping track of the time here at the Rowan Soccer and Lacrosse Complex. Our scoreboard will pause at 90 as Maggie Groh turns and faces, goes to her left, plays it out wide. Is there another crossing opportunity in the works? Here it is. It's a shot towards the net. And taking her sweet time is Madison Wessel, and you cannot blame her with the score this close.
Well, with the score this close, I mean, if you're a Classics fan, you're telling her to get up, come on, hurry up, and maybe give her a yellow card for not wasting time. And if you're SJEB, take your time, have a sip of tea while you're at it too.
Carly Keene tried to get by some SJEB defenders there, and a tug on the back of the jersey results in a free kick for South Jersey Elite Barons, and it was Liv McMaster that was taken down by Carly Keene, it seemed.
Well, I'm going to say this much. I think Liv McMaster really sold that one for the referee. Yes, the two hands were definitely out there, but it's definitely one of those tough calls you got to make as a referee, yeah.
Remy Cherkis overlaps, and they go short, and nice play there that sends it back down the right wing. Unable to hold on to it there is by Sherry, who literally slid after it. And now here come the PA Classics with time winding down. We are a minute away until we reach the full 90. Sudan plays it back. PA Classics going to try to take their time on this one. Play it up the middle. Here's Maggie Groh, and pushed off of it is Groh, and Danny Stewart does a great job there. Here's Naomi Nawihe, tries to get on the end of it. Takes a big shot there.
There's the card.
And most certainly a card will come out here, and it will. Tim Bramble reaches for the yellow. And some cheers from the crowd, as it seemed to be love that it will be the recipient of the card and go into the books. And that is our first booking of the game. So good thing that it took this long for it to happen. Not many cards today.
Yeah, that is very true. I mean, it took me a minute to think about it, like if there was a booking. I know we had a close one right over there in the first half, but that is the first booking. And like I said, with that, even with this is going to add some time, at least add some time to extra time. So,
well, we have officially reached 90 minutes. Naomi Nawihe's aggressiveness prevails in this instance, and now a free kick and another crossing opportunity for SJEB. They could really use a fourth goal.
Some fireworks going off in the distance. I see it a little bit over beyond the trees.
Well, let's hope there's some fireworks here left in store for this Mid-Atlantic Conference final that has been quite the game. Here it is. A gliding cross into the middle. Nawihe on the scene. Now Brosius with a chance. Couldn't line it up on the near post. And working quickly is Hannah Wilt, as stoppage time is currently ongoing. Nawihe had a chance on the header as well.
All I wish to know is how much extra time. I really wish our fourth official could, have a scoreboard to tell us how much time is left. And a foul's committed. McMaster, the victim of that one.
And if you're Jenna Davler, that is the one thing you have to look out for, is causing these fouls and adding more time onto the clock. And I think the South Jersey Elite Barons will take their sweet time here once again, as McMaster is up and okay. Our producer has told us that there is a possible 4 to 5 minutes of stoppage time.
I agree with that. I 100% agree with that with the 2 goals and the penalty being called and the hydration break. And not to mention a lot of substitutions coming on for both of these teams. 5 minutes is not a far cry from anything.
And here's the boot from Wilt. It goes right at a red jersey, but won back by the PA Classics. Estrada in the middle with Erdman on her back, and Danny Stewart now with it. Plays it forward to Brocious, who scored the 3rd goal that could be the difference maker today. Played back to Wilt. Chasing after it is Newihe. And the pressure definitely working in their favor, as it's now a throw for SJEB as the clock continues the tick. And the PA Classics running out of time, not only in this game, but in their season.
I was about to say, this is where desperation kind of starts to sink in for the Classics right now. The classic corner trick.
And it is a goal kick, but definitely some time wasted there. Newihe making the smart move there, as there will be a stoppage of play for a substitution.
Few precious seconds was wasted as, if they make a substitution, again, probably some more added time a little bit, give them another extra 1 or 2 seconds maybe, if that.
Rowan's own Sarah Wiedemann back onto the pitch in place of Liv McMaster, who has a brace today.
And there's the 2-hand push.
And the PA Classics not wasting any time to try to get this one to Economopoulos. And they're going to leave it for their keeper, Hannah Wilt, to shoot it up. Lots of kits in the area, inside the box. Chasing after it is Madison Wessel, and she's going to cover up the soccer ball and waste as much more time as possible as we're getting ever closer to the final whistle.
Well, again, like I said, if you're PA Classic, this is where desperation really sets in, and got to get something going, got to hold possession, just move up the field, and here's that opportunity now.
Here's Estrada, one-on-one with Mount. Can she get a shot? Goes to her left, goes to her right, puts up some meters. What a shot! Oh my goodness, Olivia Estrada ties this game in stoppage time. Oh my goodness, can you believe it?
Magic on her feet. Magic, I say. And that's why she's on the national team. That's why she's that. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. You nearly, like I mentioned just earlier before, they need to gain possession. They need some attack, and Estrada able to find some room, able to use her feet, make some magic happen, and we're all tied up.
Elizabeth Estrada with her 2nd goal of the game, her 6th of the year, and at the death, keeps her team alive, as the final whistle has just been blown, and we are going to get your wish, John. Extra time here at the Rowan Soccer and Lacrosse Complex. The South Jersey Elite Barons with a 3-0 lead going into the final 25 minutes of this second half. The PA Classics come back and score 3 out of nowhere. 2 thanks to Elizabeth Estrada, and 1 thanks to a penalty kick from Liza Sudan. But wow, what a game we have here today. The Mid-Atlantic Conference Final continues.
Well, I'll tell you this much. PA Classic must have heard me up in this press box, because they've, ever since those last, I would say, 30 minutes or so, actually less than that, those last 25 minutes or so, it has been nonstop PA Classics. They were able to get an opportunity, get that goal to go in. Then they got that penalty. They got that 2nd goal, and now that 3rd goal, which they desperately needed in the dying stages of that of regular time. I mean, if anything, you got to create your own luck. They created their own luck. They made the shots count, just like SJEB did have for the past, really from the start till maybe all the way till, let me try to find what time Barossa scored, around that 57th minute. I mean, it's been a completely 180. We were all talking about how SJEP has been doing so great, so good. They're able to get the passes to go through. But all of a sudden, PA Classics has been able to completely flip the script, able to find the passes, make the key passes work, and some great one-on-one actions, again, with Estrada in the dying moments, able to get the goal. And again, just a brilliant job by Estrada to keep her team alive.
And when you thought the South Jersey Elite Barons were seconds away from a Mid-Atlantic Conference final and getting themselves back to the East Region part of the bracket in the postseason, Elizabeth Estrada plays spoiler here on the road. On the fast break, she faced Sienna Mount one-on-one, put up a few moves, and shot it down the left corner to Madison Wessel's disbelief, the goalkeeper of SJEB. And
wow.
Now we have Bill Shute and Bill Betcher, the two two managers of these both sides, trying to put together a game plan to decide who's going to win this conference final.
Oh, man. I think this goes to extra time. It is overtime.
So they have officially announced
I'm just kind of
there will be
15 minutes, yep.
Two 15-minute halves in extra time, as we have seen in professional soccer all over. And if it remains 3-3 or remains a tie game in extra time, we're going to get your wish as well, John, your second wish.
I was going to say, if that happens, actually, I don't think I can say this. We're going to be here for a while, that's all.
Yeah, our producer looking at us and with his tired eyes, but we're here. We are here for extra soccer in Glassboro, New Jersey. And what a game. Seriously, what a game this has been from both sides. And if you're just joining us, this is Gerasimos Girovasiliou alongside John Hallwood to give you a breakdown of how we have gotten here. The South Jersey Elite Barons made it to this game via their division championship or division title in the Colonial Division, getting first place with 22 points. Meanwhile, the PA Classics finished third in the Commonwealth Division, but due to some declined invitations from Reading United AC and Keystone FC, they are here today as the next best team to participate and represent the Commonwealth Division in this Mid-Atlantic Conference final. And it all started in this game, the first 15 minutes. Liv McMaster with a brace early on to put SJB up 2-0 going into halftime, and then it'd be Liv Brocious with the third goal to make it a 3-0 game. And at that point, John, I think we thought this game was in their hands, but the PA Classics fight their way back. Estrada with the goal. Sudan gets the penalty, and they're able to draw it somehow, but that penalty may have been the difference to turn the tide of momentum. And then in the final moments, again, we'll say it once more, Elizabeth Estrada one-on-one with Sienna Mount, and the attacking third strikes the bottom left corner of the net. And wow, we are still here ready for extra time in the Wpsl Mid-Atlantic Conference Final.
Honestly, I will be honest. I didn't think PA Classics was going to be able to do it. I thought, the extra time was a little bit of a fever dream, but, well, I'm a believer. I am a believer. I just can't believe how PA Classics was able to come back. Again, Estrada, just an amazing job, an amazing footwork, able to get those two goals, once in the 72nd minute, and, of course, the second goal in the 90th plus minute of extra with some extra time. And, again, just an amazing job. And, again, it shows you not to if anything, this is something that you look back on, especially as a coach, is that not to give up, to continue pushing forward, because opportunities like these, well, they come if you push and if you want it. And right now, PA Classics have been pushing, and they have wanted it. SJB, right now, not with too much momentum. Right now, PA Classics with all the momentum in the world. So it's going to be interesting now going into extra time how SJEB now responds to this, because they've been leading since, well, let me look. The first goal happened in the 12th minute. They've been leading since the 12th minute. And, well, they're now back to even, of course, but it's going to be interesting to see on how SJEB responds, able to get at least their offense going back off again, especially with Naomi Nehewihei, especially with their goal scorer, who has been very silent, had a few opportunities, but kind of missed those opportunities a little bit too. Aired one in that second half and kind of looking like she might want that one back. So 15 minutes of extra time, at least for each half.
And extra time is here. 3-3 is the game in the Mid-Atlantic Conference Final. A 3-0 lead for SJEB, gone in an instant. The resiliency of the PA Classics on full display in this one is it's punched out by Sarah Wiedemann. And the great majority of today's crowd still here enjoying this thriller of a game, as the PA Classics looking to start this extra time where they left the second half.
I was about to say, if you're a neutral watching this, you're absolutely loving this. I'm loving this. I mean, I probably a couple SJEB fans not liking me right now.
It's inside the box. Here's a chance in front of the netting. It's in! And the PA Classics score 4 unanswered. And within the first minute of extra time, they have the lead, 4-3 in favor of the Pennsylvania Classics.
And this is just heartbreaking for SJEB, who look to be within seconds of going and advancing, is almost looking at a deja vu moment from last season, but just a little bit more heartbreaking.
And from our vantage point, Lindsay Husick, the substitution with the goal. And now for the first time today, the South Jersey Elite Barons have their back against the wall. 4 unanswered for the PA Classics, and we have 7 goals total in this game. Here's Mount. Across to Stewart. Trying to get back on their footing as SJB, taking their time to slow the pace of play. Here's Erdman, tries to get a through ball to Nehewihei, but that one intercepted. And now here's Jordan Wynn with a lot of space to work with. Plays it to her left to Sudan, who scored the penalty kick in the second half to make it a 3-2 game. Now on the far side, that was Lindsay Husick who lost possession. And that's who we believe, from our vantage point, scored the 4th goal for the PA Classics to give them the lead.
Well, like I said, 4 unanswered goals. I mean, that's something to say in a big mountain to climb. Again, I felt like I was saying this, I was saying this about 30 minutes ago, how much of a mountain they had to climb. They able to climb that mountain, right now able to top it.
And the goal is confirmed. Lindsay Husick, in the right place at the right time on the back post, scores that goal, and it's her 4th of the season.
Well, right now, SJEB now trying to control the possession. I think that's what's really set the tone for both of these teams, is that they're able to control the possession. They are able to settle it down and just able to really, really get things going.
SJV working out of the back again. Now they are the ones that need to show adversity in this game. Here's Wiedemann. Caught in the corner, takes a deflection out for a corner, and this might be the opportunity that SJB needs to get back into this extra time.
Well, chances like these sometimes come in a few, so chances like these, you got to take them while you can.
Here's the cross. It's out swinging with a nice bend onto it. Cleared away for the time being. Danny Stewart with ambitions, plays it out wide. Across into the middle. Brocious trying to get number 2 on the day. It just goes over the net, but she was right there in front of the net.
And that a great job from Stewart, able to go out wide. A great cross to go into the center of the box, and just unfortunate that Brocious got a foot under it, because that gets that one to, well, gets more contact than that's going in, I think. That's from my vantage point, that goes in.
So back and forth now at midfield. Out for a PA Classics throw. Erdman thought it was an SJEB throw. So the positive to an early goal from the PA Classics for an from SJEB's vantage point is the time they have to respond.
That is true.
As Erdman now plays it up to Newihe, tries the turn. And the PA Classics have done well against Newihe so far today. But trying to turn the tide here, and not that time. All ball tackle made by Madison Erb. Maggie Groh chases after it, but Danny Stewart able to get to it first. Here's Madison Wpsl, plays it to the opposite side of the pitch.
Well, to be honest, Maggie Groh looked to be off sides, and interesting no call there.
Maggie Groh may have lost a cleat as well. Here's on the far side.
As that one ball went out. It's going to be a throw-in.
Just over the touchline, so a throw-in for SJB.
I know, it's kind of hard to see. I just look at any time. Look over at the assistant ref. He'll have his flag up for you.
Our assistant referees doing their job today. All of our refs in full swing. As now Jordan Wynn plays it ahead. Here's D. Jesus. Back to Economopoulos. Now out wide to Davler. Cuts to her left. Across. Makes its way to the other side of the pitch, but can't find a PA Classics kit. Here's Wiedemann. Plays it to Newihe. Newihe goes out wide. Decides to play it back to Wiedemann down the line, but just out of her reach. Now it's with Love.
Kind of felt a little bit forced right there. It's something that what SJB's needs to do is kind of just stay calm. You got the time at least with you for now. Keep possession and just try and poke your way through this Classics defense.
SJB unable to break out of the back. So now a throw for the goal scorer, Lindsay Husick. The rising junior that attends Monmouth University. Now back out wide. Played across the middle, looking for Maggie Groh. But easy enough for Wpsl. Takes a few bounces, looking to send this ball past midfield. SJB able to win it back. Here's a pass sent Erdman's way. She has a chance, but the flag is already up, and unfortunately, she has to see it go in without it counting.
That's really unfortunate right there. I mean, a close call, especially from our vantage angle. The assistant referee had the better option, better view at least. So, but yeah, no, the hard part is definitely watching that one go in, and would have, if she was onside, would have likely been the tying goal right there.
And now a goal kick, essentially, from the PA Classics. Still time left in this first half of extra time.
Yep.
We're nearing the 99th minute in total in this game. The 105th minute will mark the end of the first period of extra time. As the PA Classics now working past the center circle. Sudam runs away from it, unable to get it. And now Jordan Wynn recovers. Erdman chases after it. Davler gets away. plays it ahead. And now here's Isabel Coy against Ava Sproul on the right wing. Across inside the box. Goes over the head of Danny Stewart. Clearance attempt goes right into the hands of the PA Classics, but thankfully for them, they are able to get away from it. Here's Danny Stewart again. Taps it over to her right. They're trying to keep hold of possession here, but unable. And the PA Classics back with it.
Well, a really dangerous opportunity coming in for Classics. As, I mean, they nearly get another chance, maybe a goal opportunity right there, but SJB lucky to come away with that one.
So now a throw for SJB. Newihe just goes under her left foot. Took a deflection on that one. Here's Brocious. Tips it ahead to Newihe. But the PA Classics, again, have done very well when the ball is in Newihe's area. Here's Economopoulos. Back with the keeper. Now with Love. Sends it down the left wing beautifully to Estrada, who has 2 of the 4 goals today for the PA Classics. Here's a pass down the middle. A pass now out wide. Here's Isabel Coy. Oh, what a diving save by Danny Stewart, the co-captain, leading by example.
A great job from Stewart to keep that one from going in. Coy looked to be poised with a final blow, but Stewart came out of nowhere, put her body on the line, and able to get that one in a corner. I mean, a great job from Stewart, but Coy's got to do a little bit better with that opportunity.
They avert the crisis for now as Davler looks to send it back into the box. Here's a cross, headed away for now. Out wide it goes. Wiedemann chases after it. Is able to keep it in. But now it is back with Carly Keene. Here's Wynn, splits 2 defenders. Jordan Wynn beats another. Jordan Wynn still going, tries to shoot it. And it's out for another corner, but Jordan Wynn tried going all the way. But another great defensive play by the Elite Barons.
Well, Classics throwing their offense again, looking really poised to really put this one to bed. I kind of almost feel like if Classics gets a second goal, it's really nights out for SJEB.
Well, hopefully not, as here's Keene with the cross. A shot opportunity, but that volley using the inside of her foot is a little too under that one. And that was Economopoulos. So now a goal kick for Wpsl. She's going to try to get this one ahead as far as possible. SJB needs a goal fast.
Well, they still got another 15 minutes to go and whatever little bit of time that's left here and maybe some extra time if
we know anything from what happened in the end of that second half, anything can happen. And maybe it's SJB that plays spoiler, SJB that plays spoiler in extra time. But we shall see as this one's punted away toward the center circle, gets over the head of Cherkis. Again, she had a resounding 2 performances last week, made her the defensive player of the week. As now Wiedemann on the right wing tries to play across, gets by 2 defenders. Did it take a deflection? It did not, as Tim Bramble points towards the goal for a goal kick.
Interesting to see to come off is Ashada, I mean, who's been the impactful player of this game so far, especially since the second half.
And it looks like Chappell will enter.
Some words exchanged from Ashada to Chappell, maybe, you know, telling her what some of the weaknesses are in that defense.
And I beg your pardon, it is Maggie Groh now in as Sudam charges forth. Looks to her right, here's Davler. Tries to find more options with Sproul defending. Now it's back with Coy. Goes backwards. Davler with a cross, glides on in there. Well defended so far. Here's Sudam, loses it. Danny Stewart again there on the occasion. Sproul tried to get it out, still fighting for it. Are both sides. Sudam able to win it back now with the possession. Takes a shot, but it's deflected by Sproul. And they're going to call a foul, as it looks like Tamburville saying, you pulled her down. As now Sudam will take a very important free kick as we head towards the ending of this first half of extra time.
Well, final seconds are counting down, and
Adriana Pepe was not too happy about that one.
no, she was not. Not a lot of the fans either were happy about it. It's a tough call to say to make sometimes.
And a short free kick made. Davler down the right side. Erdman defending. Here's a cross. It gets in there. A head gets to it. Economopoulos unable to get it on frame.
Well, we're going to have some extra time here at least. Maybe, looks like 1 minute of extra time. 1 minute of extra time. He's pointing his finger one up. So, got to make something count if you're SJEB, if you want to get an attack going.
SJB, like you said, trying to get one more opportunity here before both sides head back to their respective benches. Wiedemann throws it, tries to split two defenders and get it to Newihe, but it's back out for another throw. This time it looks like Churkis is going to throw it in. Plays it to Baishera, and her pass goes out wide.
Oh, I was about to say, that's not what you want. And
a quick stoppage of play, but we're right back into the mix of it. Back and forth on the far side. Tim Bramble with whistle near his hand.
that's going to do it right here for the first half of extra time. Another 15 more minutes. You're going to
15 more minutes will decide who wins the Mid-Atlantic Conference Championship between the South Jersey Elite Barons and PA Classics. The Classics did score in the first minute of this extra time. And wow, what a goal it was by one of the substitutes, Lindsay Husick, with a great goal. She ran on the back post to get onto a beautiful cross. And it's so far still 4 unanswered for the PA Classics, as South Jersey, a team that lost 6-1 last year in the conference final to Reading AC, doesn't want a repeat of that result this year. But we will take a quick step off as John Hallwood and myself, Gerasimus Gervasilio, thank you for sticking with us in this phenomenal game. As we'll take a quick break. 4-3 the score in favor of PA Classics. Welcome back to the Soccer and Lacrosse Complex here on the campus of Rowan University, as the South Jersey Elite Barons have played host to the PA Classics in a Mid-Atlantic Conference final thriller. 4-3 the score. It was 3-0 at one point in favor of SJEB, and then overcoming adversity were the PA Classics, and then getting a decisive fourth goal in the beginning of extra time might just do the trick. But nevertheless, 15 more minutes on the clock and 15 more minutes for SJEB to have a final say in their season.
Well, this is what extra time and playoffs are made for. It's time for those heroic moments. It's time to show who can leave it all out on the line. You make that with those simple mistakes, and they're going to make you pay. And right now, we're going to see the best second half action the world's ever seen. I'm hoping for that.
Well, it has really been a treat for us today, as we are now underway in this second half of extra time. Newihe unable to get possession there. A rare occurrence to see her off her rocker today. As now Isabel Coy with a chance, tries to get it past the near post, but it hits the side of the netting.
Sigh of relief for everyone in the stands today. And I got my first wish. Can I get my second wish? Penalties.
Well, I'm not sure if the crowd wants the second wish. I think.
Well, I was about to say, I think if you're SJEB, I think penalties might be in the cards now.
Here's Maggie Groh trying to fight for it, but great defensive play by Mount. Chasing after it is Brocious. Jordan Wynn able to hang on. Played out wide to Davler. Davler racing down the right side of the pitch. Gets a cross inside. Here's a volley. Oh, that was going to be dangerous. A very, very strong opportunity inside the box. That could have been goal number 5 for the PA Classics. It was Economopoulos with the chance.
Well, PA Classics picking up where they started off. And my voice is really going through it right now. It's been that good of a game. But either way, PA Classics done a real good job coming back throughout this game and continuing to put pressure.
Out of bounds for an SJB throw, and you'd rather a goal scored earlier than later to give you a chance to possibly win it. But we are in for some exciting final moments of soccer here as Brocious gets away from him. Here comes Newihe. It's a 2-on-2 essentially with more jerseys coming in. Here comes Newihe, cuts to her right. Can she find an opening? Decides to play it back for now. Here's Erdman. Plays it back to Pepe. Can she hold on to it? Able to keep possession. Try to Maradona. Stewart now with it. Stewart looking for options. Tried to play it down the line to Remy Churkus, and it is out of bounds for a throw-in. They're going to play it quickly.
PA Classics really putting their bodies on the line for this, and you kind of just see how much they want this more.
Wiedemann tried to force a deflection for a corner, but not that time. It is out for another goal kick, and the clock continues to tick against the Elite Barons.
Well, number 16 comes out, De Jesus comes out, and I think that's going to be number 10, Ashada. It is, actually, by the looks of things. I can see if it's the headband. Yeah, it is the blue headband. So Ashada comes in.
And what a day the rising junior from LaSalle University has had. 2 goals, including the 3rd goal to tie this game up in stoppage time of regulation. As no call made there by Tim Bramble, now with by Shara. Goes into space, slows down the pace of play. Here's Stewart, so she's going to speed it up. Taking all of her space, plays it out wide to Churkus. She is onside. Here comes Churkus, down the right wing, takes a shot, and it's over the netting. What a play made by Hannah Wilt to get a glove to it, to tip it over, and it's out for a corner kick.
Well, caught the defense sleeping a little bit from as Churkus was left wide open. And, I mean, a good job from Hannah Wilt to punch that one over the bar.
Here comes the cross. Wilt does a great job getting to it. Here's Wiedemann now with it. Plays it out wide to Stewart. Stewart looking for a cross. Decides to play it low, and it's another corner. SJB starting to bring some life back to their game.
Stadium's starting to cheer on their team, trying to give some extra life, be that 12th man to this team. Opportunities, you got to take advantage to them when they come.
Here's a cross inside, takes another deflection, and therefore there will be another corner. Only Danny Stewart, the only player back right now. Every other red jersey in the box. Here's a cross. Glides on in. Takes a header. Sproul trying to recover it. Plays it inside. It's going towards net. And it takes a deflection on the crossbar. And the follow-up.
Oh, it's going to be called back. Offsides.
Brocious thought she had it. Brocious had the fourth goal for a second. And the assistant referee, to everyone's disapproval, calls it offsides, as you had called right there, John. And wow, that could have been it for SJAB to get right back into it.
Fans can't believe it. They're still in shock. I actually can't believe it. That's insane.
And I'm glad you told me. I had all my eyes on the net, and the flag was indeed up. But what a great opportunity that was from Sproul to get it back in there. And that would have been Brocious' second goal of the game. We almost saw a second brace come from there. A third brace in this game.
Oh my gosh, this game keeps on twisting and turning in ways you do not expect. It has been a roller coaster ride to the very end.
It's still going, and Newihe trying to stay in, but it's out for a goal kick. But how big has Hannah Wilt been? Tipping two shots that nearly enter the frame.
She's been magnificent, honestly.
The rising sophomore from Shepherd University, as are many of these players. 3 players on this squad from Shepherd University that are on the PA Classics, as they are now on the attack. Maggie Groh sends it down the wing. Poked away. Another great play by this SJEB defense.
Well, a pair of substitution is going to come in for SJEB.
Yeah, Brocious and Wiedemann, looks like they're both going to be exiting. Brocious, the one with that opportunity. She did score, but wishes that she could take that flag away from the assistant referee.
I don't blame her. I don't blame her.
And back into the game looks to be Bella Ramirez, the number 10, and number 16, Migda Taviano. This cross into the box never really enters it as it goes out of bounds. Still some time left. We are nearing the 13th minute of this second half of extra time. So I'm sure there will be some stoppage time, but we may have just seen SJB's
biggest opportunity.
Yes, their best opportunity yet in this extra time, as now it's Churkis trying to kick it centrally. Jordan Wynn trying to win possession, and she loses it. Here comes Danny Stewart taking her space. Naomi Newihe trying to bring the ball down, uses her head, unable to get a second touch. Ramirez hits it way into the box, and it's going to be an offsides call as by Shara made an early run. And SJB really running out of opportunities as the crowd displeased with all these offsides calls late in the game.
I mean, like I said, the ref has the best view, and I'm not going to argue with the ref on a sideline call like that.
Maggie Groh exits. Estrada will move to the center forward position. And coming in is Jaylene DeJesus. Sproul kicks it in the air. Jordan Wynn able to get the PA Classics back up and running. Here's a pass down the right wing. Can Sproul get to it? She cannot, but the cross out of reach for the time being. It might stay in. It will. DeJesus plays it back inside. And Economopolis cannot get a ball back into play, but thankfully for them, a corner and a chance for them to waste some more clock as SJB, to their disbelief,
Oof. I mean, you got,
after being up 3-0 on the brink of elimination and losing a second consecutive Mid-Atlantic Conference final.
well, shots taken is now tied at 21 apiece, and you got 5 minutes left in this second extra time. I mean, this is unbelievable. This is an astonishing match.
3 white jerseys are back just in case a counterattack commences. That took another deflection. It's
Nope. Nope, he's saying goal kick.
Oh, no, they're going to say goal kick. I thought from my vantage point it was off a red kit, but it will not be. And now here come the Elite Barons, moving ever so fast. Stewart tries to play it up to Nate Weehay, just over her head and right at the feet of Love. Here's a through ball. D.A. Zeus on the left wing, looking to put the icing on the cake, are the PA Classics. Across down the middle, no one home. Ava Sproul now with it. She's going to have to try to work quickly for this SJEB side.
Right now, SJEB made a major
Here's a strike over the netting.
Oof. SJEB making some minor mistakes. As soon as you get that ball, you got to get some players around her. She was left completely left with only one player of Enderman, and you got to give her some playing options. You got to move up. Time's not coming your best friend right now. Not saying you got to force things and rush things. I'm just saying.
And here comes Estrada. Could this be it? Could this be the hat trick to finish it off? Elizabeth Estrada, the hero of the day for the PA Classics, tied this game in regulation to force extra time and completes the hat trick in the Mid-Atlantic Conference Final. The PA Classics have completed the comeback.
Take a bow. Take a bow. Estrada, take a bow. Absolutely brilliant hat trick. Able to keep her team alive and able to really, by this point now, put the nail in the coffin by the looks of things.
And SJB trying to go out with a bang, if anything. Just a crazy turn of events today here in Glassboro, New Jersey.
I don't think I'm going to get my final wish.
And the home crowd starting to realize that the result will probably stay here. Elizabeth Estrada with that hat trick, make it 7 for her on the season. We still have some time left. Not a lot,
Not
but
a
there
lot.
is time. Does SJB have another goal in store, or does the PA Classics have another? Right now at midfield, Jordan Wynn plays it out wide.
I'm just letting you know, it's 5 goals unanswered.
Truly is. As this run for Isabel Coy, she's going to waste the clock in the corner as SJB had done at the end of regulation. Is out for a throw, remains with the Classics. They made the trip all the way from Manheim, PA, nearly 2.5 hours away from here, and they're trying to make their trip worth it. They were undefeated on the road coming into this game. Naomi Newihe, who's had a phenomenal year on the ball, 8 goals this season. Could she have one more left in store? Here comes Newihe down the left wing. Unable to keep the ball with her feet, is out for a goal kick. And Newihe going to Brown University this year, graduating from Ocean City High School. What a year she has had. I think we have to mention it before the end of this broadcast.
Magnificent season, just unfortunate that Classic's done a good job of keeping her quiet throughout this game so far. And really, right now, you kind of just need to get something going if you're SJEB.
She won the Golden Boot in the Colonial Division. as they really have nowhere to go at this moment. Estrada posed such a threat today, but maybe one more try. Here come the Barons, and that one nowhere close to the frame.
I honestly think
That may be the last opportunity we see this season from the Elite Barons.
honestly, that's been the story since after the 57th minute, is opportunities like these, and they've just squandered them every chance they can take, honestly. They get too much under the ball, and it goes right over the post.
Erdman had that chance. Here is Cherkis as we are reaching the 120th minute of this game. We thank you for sticking with us here on the National Soccer Network. This is Gerasimos Gervasiliou and John Hallwood with you as we are calling, what a game today, calling a great Mid-Atlantic Conference final this year. It's poked out for another throw, and we have officially reached the 120th minute. Tim Bramble officially looking at his watch.
He got maybe 1 or 2 minutes, if that. I don't really think there's going to be too much extra time. Not enough time, I don't think, to score maybe 2 goals.
It's poked away. Here's the hat-trick hero, Estrada, unable to hang on there. Here's Newihe, who had a hat-trick in the previous outing for SJEB. Here's a pass down the line, and maybe one more opportunity. Here come the Elite Barons. Numbers increasing in the box. Puts on a few moves, across into the middle. Is it Newihe that gets it? Not that time. Jordan Wen completes the clearance.
And truly,
You got to wonder when Tim Bramble calls it game.
he's looking at his watch. It's truly not too much time left.
Here's Newihe trying to turn, takes a big touch, shot on the ground and off the mark.
Well, it's still in his hand right now. I'm just watching him right now to see when he's about to blow it.
Well, Hannah Wilt, no problem taking her time. And again, this PA Classics team wasn't always supposed to be here. They didn't win the Commonwealth Division. They were 5 points shy of first place. They weren't even second place. But Keystone FC and Reading United declined their invitation to this game, and therefore the PA Classics, with this opportunity in the Mid-Atlantic Conference Final this year and taking advantage of it. SJEB, what a year they have had. 22 points, a Colonial Division title, their second in 3 years. 7 wins. They've won 5 of their last 6. And they're coming off of a resounding 9-1 victory, and that is going to do it. Your Mid-Atlantic Conference champions are the Pennsylvania Classics. They score 5 unanswered. They come back from a 3-0 lead that SJEB was holding on to, and they will be moving on to the East Region part of the WPSL playoff bracket.
I can't still not believe it. I mean, honestly, a great job. I mean, your PA Classic wasn't even the winner of their own division. 2 refusals, and they are the ones to go 3rd place, and they're the ones to defeat SJEB. A brilliant comeback in that second half with about less than 30 minutes to go. Again, I'm gonna say at least my woman of the match. It's got to be Ashada, a hat trick, able to seal the deal, keep her team PA Classics alive, scoring in the 72nd minute to get the first goal to go, and then most importantly, the magic one-on-one chance with Mount, able to get around her, take the shot to tie the game to get into extra time, and then really just to seal the deal in the coffin on the 117th minute. Scores the hat trick, gets around the keeper, and then just a nice little tap into the net to have her team advance and to go deeper into this competition. And a brilliant job from PA Classics. Honestly, an unfortunate job from SJEB, a little bit of a deja vu almost for them right now.
Yes, indeed. The South Jersey Elite Barons, their second consecutive loss in the Mid-Atlantic Conference Final. They lost 6-1 last year to Reading United, who had a chance to be back here. There could have been a rematch. But this time it was the PA Classics to take them down on the road, and they remain undefeated on the road after this one. But as you had said, Elizabeth Estrada, the player of the game today, the hat-trick hero who tied the game in regulation, scored the 5th and final goal of this game. And our player of the match is brought to you by Newfield National Bank, which is your community bank. Based here in Gloucester County, Newfield National Bank has helped the people of South Jersey realize their banking needs for over 100 years. If you need finances to expand your business, remodel your home, or purchase a new one, Newfield National Bank has experienced locally based loan officers, not someone located in an out-of-state call center. If you're looking for a community bank that's big enough to support your company's growth, yet small enough to provide one-on-one attention, Newfield National Bank is here for you. If you're looking for a local bank with representatives who generally care about you, Newfield National Bank is here to serve you. Newfield National Bank, we are banking at its best. And at its best today was Elizabeth Estrada in the PA Classics. Again, a final score of 5-3. They are the Mid-Atlantic Conference champions. And a phenomenal season for the South Jersey Elite Barons comes to an unfortunate close in front of their home crowd. Thank you very much for tuning in. Again, we hope that you had a wonderful 4th of July. For our entire crew here, Keegan Thompson on the camera, our producers, Michael Quinn and Hunter Green, who came here at the last second to cheer us on, and John Hallwood alongside me. I am Gerasimos Wpsl, wishing you all a wonderful evening, and thank you.